say in order to remember something, you have to forget something else. Okay, now that is a very cute haircut. That's like a little shag. I've never seen that before. So Rachel. Oh, is that your name? No, I mean like your name. No, I'm Jen. My name's Jen. Right, but I just mean like this is your haircut. But that's hair on your head. I'm not saying this is your hair.
Forget something else to remember that Uber Eats has groceries.
No, that's absurd. Hey, remember when you used to be a, what was it, Pepper Lady? Pepper Lady?
Wasn't it Cinnamon Sisters?
Basil Babes.
Saffron Squad?
Nutmeg Maidens?
Pre-Care?
No. I just said that. Was it Spice Girls?
Doesn't sound right.
Was it Saffron Squad?
Leasing Studios. Thanks for turning it on, leaving it on. 105.3 The Fan.
Welcome in H-Town. Glad to have each and every one of you on board on a Sunday morning.
H-Town.
Oh, my God. Did I just say that?
Stop staring at your tattoo.
You want to start that from the top?
Run the intro. Run the ID.
Wait a minute.
Oh, my goodness. I'll tell you what.
You just made G-Bag of the day.
It's been a rough morning. Welcome
Start
in
again,
DFW.
start again, Kevin.
Welcome in DFW. My God.
Give a chance to do it all over again.
Let's just start over.
Pause it.
Hold
Turn
on
the
one
music
second.
down.
1 second. Let me reset this.
Yeah,
Oh,
reset this.
Lord.
Quiet, everybody.
This is the exclusive home of Dallas Cowboys football. KRLD-FM and HD1, Dallas, Fort Worth. Let's go, Cowboys.
An Odyssey sports station.
Driven by our D&M Leasing Studios. Thanks for turning it on and leaving it on. 105.3 The Fan.
Welcome in DFW. Glad to have each and every one of you on board. What a morning it's been already. It is, man, what a morning, what a start. Okay, holy Toledo. My goodness, shame on me. Shame on me. But, hey, you know what? That's okay. We are rocking and rolling on this Sunday morning. I need my truck back. Okay, I just want to put that out there right now. I need my truck back. I'll put it like this. Look, you and I talked about this a couple weeks ago when you and I were over doing the show at Globe Life Field. Mm-hmm. Your vehicle, for guys like us that drive around as much as we do, and this applies to anybody.
Anybody.
Your car is your second home.
Right.
Okay.
You need things to be exactly where they're supposed to be in your car. And do what it's supposed to do so you can do it by remote, by rote.
That's it, dude.
That's it.
And
you
right
don't
now,
you don't have your truck?
My truck, shout out to my boy Dan, the transmission man. He's getting me taken care of. I'll have my truck back tomorrow, which thank God I will. The truck I'm driving, the battery died again, so I needed to jump this morning. Shout out to my neighbors who gave me a jump this morning, and then we went to the gym. By the way, that's a 3-time Hall of Famer, CA, Chris Arnold.
Got you done.
And due to a scheduling snafu, which, by the way, we've been promoting this for the last 3 days, Blake Elliott is in the house.
Let's go.
Blake, fresh from the gym.
Okay.
Fresh from the gym, you know.
So we've got a 3-man weave going on this morning. We're excited about it. You should be, too. Don't forget about the khakis to the khaki, the one, the only Mr. Khaki Kevin Walker behind the glass.
Someone said you don't deserve to drive after that intro.
Hey,
Honestly, I thought you did it on purpose.
I thought you did, too. Me and CA looked at each other. I was like, I'm not going to. No, he's really going. He has no idea he just said that.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Somebody just said in all caps, get a rope.
Look, I get it.
salsa
I get it.
commercial.
You know what? Shame on me. I will.
You're going to hold that over your head forever.
Let him hold it. I could care less. Okay. You know what? It's again. What do you want me to do? I'm human. Okay.
Fred,
I'm human. Let me tell you something. It's and I've got. Look, I'm not trying to make any excuses here. I need either more sleep.
You've been all over the country.
I do.
In Kansas
It's
a couple
been
days
well.
ago?
No, here that flight got canceled.
Oh.
Because of the FAA
yeah,
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
That's
Yeah.
Right. The phones and stuff.
The radar, the aliens. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, it's been, and like I said, I need to either start meditating or I need some sort of like brain,
Something.
what do they call it? Lion's mane or something like that.
Sure.
I don't know. Some sort of vitamin for neuroplasticity.
Oh, here's your solution, and you're going to do this anyway.
What?
Just go on ahead and get the Rangers tattoo.
I'll do it. If that's because I'm gonna tell you something
That'll
right now.
make peace.
I blacked out during my Mythical High School show Thursday night.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah,
Not from alcohol consumption.
like literally totally spaced out during.
Wait. You were on with Kevin Hagelin and Alec Medford because Corey was out. So you did Fan After Dark Thursday night. Friday midday, you were doing that show on location, right?
Yeah, over at Taco Bueno.
And then you thought you were going to Kansas. And so you wait around the airport because
I did.
And then you blacked out on your high school show.
Well, no, okay, so basically I did 5 hours of radio Thursday, 4 hours on Friday, 4 hours yesterday, 4.5, and then we're doing a show, and then we're going to do another show or a little rock wall thing. So again, look, first world problems, okay? It's just,
we're blessed.
Look,
And you don't have your truck.
And look, people, hey, no excuses, okay? No excuses. We got to be better. We got to be better. That's all there is to it. We got to be better.
We had a great start to the day. We were able to go to Absolute Recomp in Las Colinas, which is my local gym. But everybody is at the Louisville location because the new location just opened this weekend. So me and Fred had the gym
it was
to ourselves.
insane, dude.
I think there was 10 people there this morning.
Yeah, a dozen if you're lucky. I mean, it was, and shout out to Absolute Recomp. I mean, look, everybody's geeked about the new Louisville location, as they should be, right? I mean, it's a multi-million-dollar gym. They say it's got more, according to our boy Nabil, they've spent more money on equipment at that gym than any other gym in the DFW, outside of maybe like the Cowboys, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because my guess is they've probably
Hopefully.
I would think, right? I mean,
Catch Trayvon Diggs at Recomp.
I was going to say, something tells me Jerry ain't, the one thing we know about Jerry when it comes to, outside of football stuff, he does not skimp.
No.
Right.
You're smiling about something. What are you smiling about?
Oh,
the tax coming in fast and furious. I'm sure they are.
But hey,
I'm sure they are. Go ahead, give it to me.
A17 says, Mr. Fred, are you
sure you should be driving? That's fair. That's fair.
I think you've gone enough time warp. And let's see. I'll shout out back at you to Tolo Trucker. He said happy birthday to me. That was on Friday. And by the way, today is Kevin Hagen's birthday. We're gonna do a birthday CA stories.
Dude, I'll tell you what. We got a lot. I did not realize how many September, October birthdays.
Half the hosts here.
Yeah, Peyton's birthday was on Saturday. Choppy's birthday was on Saturday. Kevin Hagelin's birthday is today. My birthday was on Friday. It's a Tolo birthday week.
Your birthday's in a couple weeks.
Fall birthdays. They just breed good hosts. They just breed good hosts, man, if you're born in the fall.
Something be said for that. Something be said for that. Now, for all my Pisces out there, you guys know what time it is. I mean, that's the real. The real ones know. You should be forced to ride a moped everywhere. Okay.
I like that.
Let's see.
Lost in time.
All right, here we go. Holy bleeping bleep. You really did that? H-Town. Hell nah. Why did you just say H-Town? Again, sorry, guys. Okay, and gals.
His brain is tired.
I'll tell you,
what time did you go to bed last night?
Dude, I was asleep by 10:30.
I was asleep probably at like 8.
Yeah.
Probably the earliest I've fallen asleep in a while.
It's the dopamine from the workout. The adrenaline rush.
513, busy schedule, but you still have time to steal people's wives.
Wow, that's a fatty right there.
That's a pull from yesterday. That's a pull from yesterday. Woo. And thanks for twisting what I said yesterday.
So we love you guys for.
I didn't steal anybody's wife. Okay, I don't do that. Let's make that clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a marriage saver. Marriage saver.
I saved.
If you need marriage consultation, just call Fred and he'll talk to your wife.
As I told everybody yesterday. All right. You know how, and CA, you can appreciate this. When you're trying to find a serial killer and you don't know what to do, they go talk to other serial killers, okay? Yeah. If you want to know why your man's being reckless and crazy, you go talk to somebody that's reckless and crazy. So you come holler at your boy Freddie D, okay? Do as I say, not as I do.
I do have to give ups to Fred because this is me kind of going behind the lines, a little psychology. When I'm with you guys at work, I'm very social. Sometimes when I'm outside of work, I'm not the most social person. Like I kind of reel it in and get a little nervous in certain situations. So like we were at the Katy Trail Ice House yesterday. Wanted to get some food.
Nice spot.
Post-show.
Incredible spot.
Yeah.
It is.
Great food, good vibes.
Food was incredible.
Right there by the trail.
Right there by the trail. You're just in a good mood. The sun's out, whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let's go over here, whatever. I go up to the front while Fred's parking. 45-minute wait. And I'm like, middle of the football game, we're hungry. I don't want to wait 45 minutes. So I tell Fred. And I'm thinking Fred's just going to want to go somewhere else. Fred goes, let's just walk in. Let's just get a table. I was like, well, we don't have a table. And so Fred's like, no, don't worry about it. We're just going to walk in. So Fred just walks in, grabs a table.
What?
I go to the bathroom. When I come back, we're getting our order taken.
No drinks.
So.
How'd you get a table?
I mean, how'd I get a table? It was walk to one.
Wait, Steph wasn't aware? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Hostess didn't know?
See, the server and me was like, we didn't get seated here. We can't sit here. We're inconveniencing them. Fred was like, there's an open
I don't
table.
care, okay? I don't care, and maybe I should.
Until they stop you.
All right? And look, you know as well as anybody, CA, and people listening know this, all right? How many stories have you heard where people can get into stadiums because they just act like they know what they're, or if you act like you're supposed to be there, I am the king of fake it till you make it, all right? And that works. And plus, the place is enormous.
It is huge.
Okay? Like, I mean, I'd never been to Katy Trail before, and there was like 4 or 5 empty tables.
There was a bunch of empty tables. I will say that, but
there was one table that sat empty the entire time we were there. So it's like, look, I'm not.
Was that the Troy Aikman table? Because Troy Aikman goes there all the time.
Oh, does he?
I didn't know that.
On his spot.
Good vibes. Good vibes.
I mean, it
Y'all
was
took
right.
Troy's table.
What's that?
Y'all might have taken choice table.
No, we took a small table.
I mean, it was only a 2-person table.
It was
Our
a
boy,
two-topper.
your boy Amar.
My boy Amar pulled up. We had a
showed
good
up.
little time.
I mean, it was. I tell you what, the barbecue was on point. So
talk about portions.
Man, let me tell you something right now. The chips and queso.
Yep.
Was
a
out of this
basket of
world.
it.
All right, the barbecue. The brisket. I mean, make Sean Sharif blush. That's how good the brisket was.
45-minute wait.
No, because they just drop it. No, they've already got it prepared.
I'm talking about
I'm not convinced. I'm not. 45 minutes.
Our table was ready like 10 minutes into us sitting there. So maybe they just say that. But I was saying that's why sometimes it's good to have Fred out there with me, because if it was just me, I'd have waited 45 minutes and just been okay, makes sense. Fred was like, nope, don't believe it. We're sitting now.
From the 817, what an H-Town move.
Good one. Good one, 817.
So, yeah, every now and again.
And by the way, thank you, 469. We see you.
If you have a fall birthday, text into the show 877-881-1053, because you are in an elite group. You're in the best season. So fall birthdays, let's come in.
Woody says, Fred, that's the St. John's in you, LOL.
Yeah, no, shout out to my boy Woody. He showed up at the Taco Bueno on Friday, and
Rockwall today.
Well, here was the deal, though, real quick. So we were chit-chatting because he knew I was from Kansas, and I said he went to school in Kansas. I said, where? He goes, Salina. I said, I went to St. John's Military School, and he's like, so did I. And St. John's was notorious for beating on you. Like, you'd get the you-know-what beat out of you, which I did. Okay. And he knew it all too well as well. So just a little trauma bonding.
Do you think that made you better who you are today, knowing that St. John's did that, or worse? Just a little bit of therapy.
Work in progress. Work in progress. And the funny thing was, I hadn't thought about it in years until me and my boy Woody talked about it the other day. So shout out to the Tolo, shout out to the Fatties. You guys are the absolute best. And as Blake alluded to, we will be out at the Bearded Monkey today from 3 to 6. So we'll be there we'll probably get there around 2:30. Oh no, we're excited. Game, right? Absolutely. We'd bring CA, but CA lives on the other side of town, so we're not trying to make my man drive all the way. By the way, big win.
They beat Duncanville.
Woo! Big win for your boys the other day.
28-27.
I'll tell you what, the high
Nobody
school,
saw that coming.
No, I'll tell you
who's
what.
the top right now? Southlake still the top dog.
Oh, Southlake's on a roll.
Yeah,
North Crowley got beat too. That was
North Crowley got beat.
They got beat too. So no,
who's like right behind Southlake?
You know what?
Who's rivaling
you know who else? You better put some respect on them.
I'm listening.
The Louisville Fighting Farmers.
Are they like second?
Okay. Well, right now they're top 20, but they're idle. Oh, no, I'm talking top 20 in 6A.
Okay.
Across the state.
Across the state.
Yeah, you better put some respect on them. Okay?
I hear you.
I saw the smirk.
I hear you.
They beat. Let's do the transitive property real quick. They beat Rockwall. Who turned around and beat North Crowley.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's all and that district is loaded.
Balance, man.
That's absolutely. That district, you got Denton Geyer in that district. You've got Hebron in that district. You've got Flower Mound, or not Flower. Well, you do, but I mean, worry about Flower Mound. And then you got Louisville, and I want to say there's one other school in that district.
Is Lancaster in there?
No, you mean Lancaster? You mean Lancaster? No, they're in Duncanville's district. So,
anywho, the pronunciation right.
Come on now, you know the deal.
How do we think Garland's football team is?
What about him?
I don't know. I'm just
don't lose your Garland privileges.
No,
either.
I'm all for Garland.
He said no. He's trying to talk smack on Garland.
No,
right now.
no.
That's what
I'm asking Blake what he thinks about the Garland football team.
2 of my girlfriend's 4 boys have birthdays this week.
Let's go.
By the way, we got another teller that just texted in and said, all you fall babies, from 469, all you fall babies, y'all got made during spring break. March babies were made during bikini season in July.
Yes, sir.
Come on, man.
I'm talking about.
Come on.
Oh, real quick, let me give a quick little Waxahachie story. Shout out to this truck driver, real quick.
Okay.
We're talking about a livestock truck. I am not making this up. It was the biggest story in Waxahachie. This is a small town Texas kind of story. How come Thursday, I was at Williams Chicken in Arlington.
Okay.
I'm going back home to Waxahachie. They shut down the road because on 287, this big livestock truck with 30 cows and calves in it had a blowout.
Oh.
And the median. Okay, so it's headed southbound, right? And the median's on the left, right? It's on the left side.
Yeah.
He veers off the left. He's got to go over an overpass. Well, guess he's already on the median.
Yeah.
He goes down into the overpass where all the traffic. Thank God the light was red and he didn't hit nobody. All the cows and the calves spilled out on the road. Police shut it. Thank God no cows died. And the guy that drove the truck, he only had scratches and bruises. And all I could think of, there's a Chick-fil-A across the street. All the Chick-fil-A prayed for them cows.
Let me tell you something
Eat
real
more
quick.
chicken.
And I'll say this about, and I'm glad you brought that up because
crazy story.
I got into an accident a few years ago where I got T-boned by a Ford Expedition in my Volkswagen. Outside of it, a Chick-fil-A.
Is that when you switched to a truck?
No. You know, I went and got me another Volkswagen. Super safe cars, by the way. Anyway, I get T-boned by this Ford Expedition, kind of like Little Loopy. Guess who runs out and is the first person to greet me?
Who?
Chick-fil-A worker.
That's
my
what
pleasure.
They do,
Man, I'm telling you right now, my man sprint. I mean, I'm guessing he
Honey
sprinted.
mustard in hand.
Yes. Chick-fil-A
Extra
sauce.
napkins.
And then told me my pleasure.
You want a number one? And by the way, you couldn't. That wouldn't have happened to you on a Sunday.
So you.
They're not open
That's a
on Sunday.
great point.
So you also got in a wreck at a Chick-fil-A?
Just outside of one.
Same. The first
Really?
wreck I was ever a part
That
of.
big wreck?
I was no.
Do we think something's going on?
No, I had to be like 11 years old.
Yeah.
First time I ever got in a wreck, I was with my mom.
Yeah.
Get a peppermint shake. Boom. Pay for it with a whole 9.
Yeah.
You know when
Well,
you go.
she paid for it.
She paid for it. Like didn't have any money at the time. And you know how like once you're side by side with the drive-thru and you take a couple pedals forward.
Yeah.
I go, Mom, where's the shake? We didn't get the shake. So she slams
Blake's
on the
on it.
brake.
No.
The person behind us is not paying attention. Just runs into us. All I cared about was my shake.
That's all.
Little fender bender.
Mom, where's the shake? Let's see. Denton Broswell is the high school y'all are forgetting in the district of Geyer.
Okay.
Yes, but no. Let's
Stop
see.
that.
Somebody. Flower Mound Marcus is the other tough team
Yes.
in
It's
a
their
good
district.
district.
So no, it is a damn good
That's where
district.
Marcus
so,
Smart went to school.
there you have it. Real quick, Jay Woods. Hey, putting his name out there. Yep, me and Hagee share a birthday today, too. What up? Good morning, gentlemen. And then, the same guy from yesterday. What up, fellas? Trucking across Georgia, headed to Miami for a
beep.
Monday morning delivery.
Beep, beep.
Yesterday, he was in Mississippi.
Yeah.
He making his rounds, man.
Got y'all riding shotgun. He
Tolo.
says he's headed to, just real quick, and I'm not here to cast aspersions. He's headed to Miami for a delivery. What's he delivering?
Stop. It's the other way around.
He is.
What's he delivering?
No, if he was
I wanna
bringing
know.
something back from Miami, then you'd be wondering.
Is he taking it to
Hey,
Tua?
did he go through Houston? I'm not judging.
Did we say his full name?
I'm not. No, that was another guy. That was another guy. That was the other guy that had his birthday today. So anyway, look, ladies and gentlemen out there, DFW. Okay, let's get that straight. I'm awake now. Okay, I'm awake. We are locked and loaded. We've got a great show for you guys today. We're here till 12:30. Okay, we're here till 12:30. 3-man weave with a little khaki Kev sprinkled in as well. We'll take you till 12:30. That's when we hand off the broadcast baton to Eric Chiafalo and the Super Bowl winning scout Brian Broaddus as they get you ready for this Chicago Bears and Dallas Cowboys game. Now, you have heard a little bit from me and Blake over the course of the last few days. You'll hear from CA and get his thoughts on this game. But before we do that, coming up next, though, let's listen to a little audio. Jerry was on KNC on Friday because that's what he does. Tell you what, our boy Alec Medford, shout out to Alec Medford. When's Alec's birthday? Do we know when Alec's birthday is?
It's in June.
Okay, so he's already had his birthday. That's okay. That said, he asked a tremendous question on Friday that has made the social media and viral rounds as it pertains to, is Jerry open for business? And for all my true Tolos and fatties out there, and you know who you are, at 10 o'clock, it's only right, myself, CA, Blake, and Khaki Kev, we pay off the 9-month tease and waiting. It's like having our own little child here today. What did Eric Mangini say about Brian Schottenheimer? Today's look, it's only right. And you know why it's right? Number one, it's right because I'm here with the 3 guys that I've done more radio with than anybody else at the fan. But number two, remember, Ben Johnson was the coach du jour.
Oh yeah.
That I mean, look, let's call it what it is. Jerry got roasted.
Yeah.
For not even bringing in Ben Johnson for an interview, right? And you know,
guess who's coaching the Bears right now?
Guess
Today.
who's coaching the Bears? The one, the only Ben Johnson.
Guess who's going up against Shotty? And Shotty's got a win under his belt.
Shotty does have a win under his belt.
It's perfect
so
timing.
the stars are aligning, ladies and gentlemen. The stars are aligning. But let's hear what Jerry Jones had to say about whether he is or he isn't open for business, and are we ever going to see Jaden Blue or Mozzie Smith? Lots to get to. Don't go anywhere. It's 105.3 The Fan.
Take us with you where...
They say in order to remember something, you have to forget something else. Okay, now that is a very cute. That's like a little shag. I've never seen that before.
Well, I mean, of course you have. It's the Rachel.
Oh, is that your name?
No, I mean, like, your name.
No, I'm Jen. My name's Jen.
Right, but I just mean, like, this is your haircut.
But that's hair on your head.
I'm not saying this is your hair.
Okay, freaking me out a little bit.
Do you think it's true that you've got to forget something else to remember that Uber Eats has groceries?
Nah, that's absurd. Hey, remember when you used to be what was it, Pepper Lady?
Computercareer.edu today. Your most powerful upgrade? Your career. Go for it. Go for IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Back to 105 the Fan. This segment is brought to you by the Frankels. If you've been injured in a car or truck wreck, call Frankel first, 214 or 817-333-3333. With Frankel and Frankel, there is never an out-of-pocket cost. They only get paid when you win. Frankel and Frankel, the go-to for car and truck wreck attorneys in Dallas.
Welcome back in. It is 105 The Fan on a Sunday morning. A little three-man weave going on today. Fred Davis, the three-time Hall of Famer Chris Arnold.
Down.
And then, of course, the one, the only, the phenom himself, Mr. Blake Elliott.
Can I ask him, when are you going to give up the belt?
I was finna ask the same thing. When are we doing this phenom thing where I have to give up the belt?
We're just waiting on old G Spit to tell us when they're going to bring these dudes on.
Smoke out the chimney, we'll find out.
I think all three of us should be on again for the.
That's perfect pull on a Sunday, Mr. Chris Arnold.
I think all three of us should be on for their audition.
I think we should. You know what? I think it's a great idea. You know what? I'll tell you what. Have them come on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
All right.
Early. We'll test it.
Early on a Sunday morning.
Who's here first?
And
Who's
you know what I want?
in?
I want one guy, because there's 3 of them, right? You'll have one guy in one studio, one guy in the bullpen, and then one guy can sit in that little room right there.
You could
let
tell
them sit by themselves.
Fred's going to haze him.
Let them sit. Are we isolating them?
Yeah, absolutely. Let them isolate. Let them isolate.
Solitaire.
I don't want anybody talking. See, I wouldn't. Here's the thing. I wouldn't want to talk with anybody.
See, I was the same when I did mine. I had 2 other gentlemen with me, and we were all in the bullpen. And
I was there that
Tim came in with the little pieces of paper of who was going to go first, second, third. I was second.
Yeah,
which to me was the perfect spot. I was like praying for second.
I want third.
And when first went, I would just have my headphones on. I wasn't listening to the person talking in there or the person on the radio because I didn't want to. You start doing a take and someone's saying something you were going to say or not going to say, and then it changes what you're going to say, gets you out of your mojo. I was locked in. I was just listening to music.
That's it.
They were all waiting to go on the fan jam with me and Will Chambers, and I swear to God, Blake was acting like Larry Bird at the 3-point shootout. Who's coming in last?
That's it. That's exactly right.
Blake said, I got this.
I felt confident.
And here we are. Was it 2 or 3 years now?
2.
With the fan.
2. Because it was the Fan Phenoms every 2 years. So it's been over 2, I guess, because I did mine not exactly, but over 2 years ago.
It
my
was
Fan Phenom.
He had to wait for the Rangers to win the championship.
So yeah, just think when the Rangers won the World Series.
Phenom ain't got to wait for that this year.
Shots fired. 6 straight losses, 7 games left, 5 games out.
What'd I say? 82 and 80. What'd I say? 82 and 80.
Did our home run pick hit last night?
I don't think anybody hit a home run last night. I got rid of Victory Plus, so I'm not even watching the Rangers.
What about Stars Hockey?
Yeah,
It's
congratulations.
preseason, bro. I'm not.
He's got time to renew.
But why are you going to get rid of Victory Plus?
Because it's.
You
I
have to
quit
go back
paying
and get it
for it.
again.
No, I quit paying for it.
Oh, okay.
The app's still there. He can read.
Yeah, no. I mean, look. They don't charge you to watch the Stars.
Not yet.
We did have a homer. It was our boy Kyle Higgy.
Yeah. Higashioka hit a home run. I mean, look. I'm gonna put it like this.
Cody Freeman did not have a hit.
Unless it's something like uber important, and I mean, I could argue whether or not Rangers right now is uber important. I'm not watching them on College Football Saturday.
Nah.
I mean, and I'm gonna tell you right now,
if they're in the hunt,
thank you. Okay, if they're one game out, like if this was, and I'll tell you what,
if they just swept the Astros,
and shout out, and again, my apologies for welcoming H-Town, which by the way, ironically enough, I do have tattooed on my arm, H-Town. Now that's a series that you would if that was the Rangers and they were playing Seattle for the division, that'd be one thing. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, that South Carolina, what's our boy?
Mizzou.
Yeah, well, that was a great game. But Lenore Sellers?
Yeah.
Lenore Sellers. First of all, is anybody having who's having a worse year right now? DJ Lagway or Dabo Sweeney?
Probably Sweeney and
Dabo,
Kate Klubnik.
He's already talking about, well, y'all can fire me if you want to.
Man.
That's how you know he's having a
That's just the hype, man. We do this every year. I mean, it's our job, but I'm saying we see these Heisman odds.
But the hype wasn't unfounded.
It wasn't. Mock drafts and almost all the guys we've talked about have not been the guys performing.
We had the guy on.
Is that not good? I'm just asking. Is that good?
So we had our boy, Vanini from The Athletic. We had him on like a month ago. And he, along with several other folks, had all said going into this year, watch out for Clemson. Clemson returned more production from 80% than any other team going into this year.
Yeah, they were on fire at the end of the year. That's how they knocked out SMU. That's how they got on the map again.
Kate
and
Klubnik.
Dabo embraced the portal. They said, okay, they're back.
And they had an experienced quarterback coming back. We've realized how big of a deal that is, and not having a transfer guy, having a guy that played well last year, and doesn't matter.
No, hasn't worked.
We're going to talk some college.
By the way,
later.
they gained over 500 yards of offense yesterday. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. I'll tell you what does matter, though. Jerry Jones, everybady's favorite owner here in the DFW, talking about joined KNC Masterpiece, myself, Kevin Hagelin, happy birthday, and the baddiest of the baddies, redheaded baddie himself, Mr. Alec Medford, asked a great question about how, look, now that you've got these picks, you've talked about, you could make a move before the draft, and he asked him, where are we at on this? And this is what Jerry had to say.
Absolutely. I'm open for business, period, relative now that we have those extra picks, and we should be. And we'll operate with them judiciously. When we traded Herschel Walker, I basically traded a couple of I think a two for one of them for Alonzo Highsmith. And, boy, what a great player. What a great person he is. But my doctor said he was through. It was bone on his knee. Well, I still brought him in. Of course, he was through. He didn't play any because of that bone-on-bone. It couldn't be repaired. What it gave us was the opportunity to cut and shoot. And we did do some things that you wouldn't have done with the normal picks. That's how Charles Haley got here. I couldn't have done that if we'd been sitting there with regular picks. I did it because we had extra picks. I was able to trade them to San Francisco to get Haley. It was a risk. It was a real risk to bring in Charles Haley. But the rest is history. He helped us get those Super Bowls.
That's a fact.
I threw out a cut and shoot reference to him as well, and he didn't even acknowledge it. So
he didn't respond to it.
He did not. I was hoping to get a chuckle or something out of him, but he did not even acknowledge it. So then I did ask Mr. Jerry Jones. I said, "Look, what's the deal? What's the deal with Mozzie Smith and Jaden Blue? I mean, Jaden Blue we can kind of understand. He's a 5th round pick, so a 5th round pick being inactive,
right?
Not the most
and
shocking thing in the
things.
world, exactly. Right now, we're also finding out too that from Shoddy." Maybe his practice habits aren't where they need to be.
Well, I'm not even go back to that one scout that said that, and he's picking that up off somebody. What it is this.
We asked Broadus about that yesterday, actually. Glenn Smith.
Yeah, what did Broadus
say? He said that he thinks that he was getting that Glenn was getting that from college coaches.
I believe that. And here's the deal. He's still learning pass protection, pass pro. See, that's one thing. It's one thing he can carry the ball, and will he fumble or not? That's not even the main thing.
No.
It's a new offensive line. You can't get the quarterback hurt.
No.
The one thing you knew about Pollard and Zeke, and even a boy from last year.
Rico?
Yeah. Rico Dowdle. They were not going to get Dak hurt.
No.
And that's the number one. So
Dak Scrambling might.
And you got the offensive line being shaken up with Brock Hoffman coming in
that's
at
what
center.
I'm saying. Yeah.
Guyton and Steele have had their moments. So you can't just put a rookie back there and say,
Guyton's actually been less problematic than Terrence Steele, as much as it pains me to say that.
No, Guyton has been doing his thing, but overall the offensive line isn't something where it's just a sure pick and we can throw anyone back there. You need some stability in the backfield. I'm curious to see if Hunter Lipke's snaps continue to uptick as well to kind of offset.
I think you will see more out of him today.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, we'll touch on that here in just a little bit because this is what Jerry had to say about the healthy scratches from Jaden Blue and Mozzie Smith the last few weeks.
Well, let me say this. I know where your question's going specifically to them. But if you don't see them up there, then that means that there was somebody else up there for some reason because we were iffy on the 5th guy or 4th guy about him finishing the game at some other position. Not necessarily because of direct competition, but when you see a player down or 2 players down, they're down because the best way for us to win the game, in Brian's mind, is to not have them up. And that's not a negative. That's not a punishment. That's just that when it gets right down to that point and you've got 10 minutes to kickoff, you're going to put the people out there that give you that next 3 hours the best chance to win. That's how that happens.
He's basically telling the truth because, again, with Jaden Blue he might have a great practice, then he has a bad practice.
Right.
You don't know which one they're going to get. So that's like if you could be just solid overall. I forget who I heard talking about this. They said even Booker's not great every game, but guess what? He's at least good every practice. Here's Jaden Blue having up and down practices.
I think, and to your point, I think with Tyler Booker, his floor is a little more consistent, right? Whereas I think with Jaden Blue, there's just something, because look, it's not like Miles Sanders is running away with this thing as the backup, all right? And on a day like today where we, from talking to our guy yesterday, it looks like the terrain may be a little slick today, all right? I mean, it's not going to be like a torrential downpour or anything, but there should be some wet conditions out there today.
Real quick, one last thing about the running backs.
Yes, sir.
My player profile on the pregame show is with
Javonte
Williams.
Man.
Listen what he brings to
I'll
the
tell you
table.
what, we'll have you tease out here in just a little bit if there's anything that jumped out to you. Last but certainly not least, this is so I doubled down on our boy Jerry Jones and asked him, what's the latest and greatest, and are we getting to is this the beginning of the end for Mozzie Smith?
Well, let me just say this. We made that trade with America and brought in a key part of our defensive line and one that really strengthened us. And guess what? It was right in there where Mozzie plays, inside. And, of course, we've just brought on another defensive lineman. So we are continually, just within the last 2 moves we've made in that defensive line, we're continually trying to get better there. That says it all right there. the Mozzie's in his third year here. This is, by the way, Tom Landry used to say, don't get the final scorecard on any player until after they've been in this league 3 years. He'd seen it happen too many times that somebody just comes on. Mozzie's got tremendous strength. He's got tremendous agility. We just need to get him to where it results in making plays, tackling, making the play, being involved at the point of attack, those kinds of things. And when you see him out there, I'm sure he's going to give it his all to be noticed.
Well, I don't think he'll be active tonight.
I mean,
just that simple.
Yeah, it was more. I mean, I don't know.
Same position Mozzie Smith plays. The guys we just acquired.
We actually just signed 2 more guys that play similar positions to Mozzie. But hey, he's strong. He's tremendous in a number of different ways. But we actually just signed 2 more guys. So. Put that
2
out
more
there.
waiting.
That's it. And as Tom Landry said, wait till the end of the 3rd year, not the beginning. Wait till the end of the 3rd year before we decide.
Says it all.
His 3rd year ain't gonna count because he ain't gonna play a game.
No, he's
it rolls in the next year. That's
exactly,
his 3rd
it rolls
year.
in the next year.
It's fascinating there. All right, let's take a trip around the DFW, the aforementioned Rangers. How about them Stars? They were in action last night, and then of course you've also got the Dallas Mavericks. Let's take a little rim sesh, as our boy Eric Chiafalo would say. Little trip around the DF Dub coming up next. Don't go anywhere. It's 105 through the Fan.
Football is back, and Underdog is the best place to make picks and win money all season.
Uber Eats has low fee products? I got to remember that.
Well, you know, they say in order to remember something, you have to forget something else. Okay, now that is a very cute haircut. That's like a little shag. I've never seen it before.
Well, I mean, of course you have. So Rachel.
Oh, is that your name?
No, I mean like your name.
No, I'm Jen.
My name's Jen. Right, but I just mean like this is your haircut.
But that's here on your head.
I'm not saying this is your hair.
Okay.
Flag 105.3 The Fan. Flagtober 2025 is also presented by Bearded Monkey Sports Bar and Jake's Burgers.
It's 105.3 The Fan, and this segment is brought to you by Classic Chevrolet. If you're in the market to upgrade your vehicle, get to Classic Chevrolet in Grapevine. Back-to-back #1 Chevy dealership in the world. They've got more new Chevys than anyone, and they're all priced to sell. Silverado, Tahoe, Blazers, Malibu's, Equinox, and more. Visit ClassicChevrolet.com. This is Texas. This is Classic Chevrolet. Together, let's drive, relax, and enjoy the difference. Based on new Chevy registrations 2023 and 2024.
Appreciate that, Khaki Cav. Glad to have each and every one of you on board this morning. Taking a quick trip around the DF Dub on this Sunday morning. 877-881-1053. That is the Franklin Frankel Injury Attorney text line. Chime in. Let us know what you're doing on this Sunday morning. Let us know. We've got Tolos on the telephone. All right, we're doing that. What time are we doing that, Blake? We're doing that at 11? Yes. 11 o'clock. Tolos on the telephone. All right. So make sure you chime in. Let us know. We did a Tolos on the telephone yesterday. Not one of you called in. Okay. Now, that said, we didn't even... We can shame you guys into calling. Usually we'll shame people into calling. One or two people chime in, and then the phone lines lit up. Well, we decided if nobody's going to call in right away, we went ahead and just talked sports. Very sports-heavy show, Tim and Gavin. Just throwing that out there to you guys. So make sure at 11 o'clock you guys are ready for that. But chime in. Let us know what your afternoon plans are. I mean, we've got 3 hours before. I mean, I know you're going to listen to the pregame show with Chiafalo and Brian Broaddus. And then you're going to head out to the Bearded Monkey at 3 o'clock. Shout out to my boy Dave Swabe. He said he's going to send a bunch of his boys over there to the Bearded Monkey in Rockwall. So, and I'll tell you what, to all you Rockwall high school fans out there, come on out, represent. All right, represent. And I'll tell you what, we'll love you up on the Mythical High School football show. So stay tuned for all of that. Your Dallas Stars were in action last night. It's preseason time in the National Hockey League, and your Dallas Stars won last night 2-1.
Congratulations,
You're wearing
Coach
green.
Gellison. Yep, little Stars green. Kevin, with Gellison's first win, even though it's a preseason game. Yep.
Yeah, still his first win.
Mm-hmm. Nice start for the Stars.
First of many.
Uh-huh.
First of many.
Robo.
Then there's the other news. Guys. What looked so promising.
Just zip through it.
At one point.
Zip through it.
6 straight, man.
6 straight losses.
6 straight.
Rangers.
What happened?
I think this is my theory. And I liked your theory about CY wasn't able to get a real closer at the trade deadline.
I think that's killed him.
That was huge. But also, he thought he had it in July going into, what's his name? Robert Garcia hadn't looked so good in July. That's what threw him off. He said, wait a minute, this guy's got something. Okay, my theory is this. When they got rolling again, because everybody was hurt. Remember, everybody got hurt.
Yeah.
The young guys started showing up. Then guess what? They go down to Houston. Everybody's getting healthy. And Boach went with the old guys. And don't get me wrong. You
Well, the only guy
analytics
he
say you
went
go
with
to the
was
guy.
Adolis.
Well, I know, but still.
But that's and here's the thing. That's the one guy you got to go with.
You got it because he owns the
Look,
Astros down there.
it wasn't Adolis' fault that,
No, it wasn't.
that
The
DeGrom
pitching.
got rocked.
Exactly.
Okay, I mean, and let's be real. You had too many high leverage situations that you backed yourself into a corner with, and because this was just a very unbalanced team, and I'm sorry, but when you spend here's what I don't get, and I would ask Chris Young this if given the opportunity. When you spend $241 million, why go cheap at closer?
Ask that to the owners.
Okay. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you.
Like that's like that's like having a nice car. That's like having a Benz and putting in 87 grade gasoline.
You and I were on right after trade deadline, and you're bringing up that point then.
Yeah.
And I was saying the one thing we don't know are the deals that got so close but fell through. So
Which
who
I get
knows?
to an
and I
extent.
understand that. But you got to keep going. You got to figure out. I'm sorry, I'm with you. I'm saying
The window's
you got to
the
keep
window.
trying.
You know,
got to
exactly.
keep trying.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, that's what did them in. Because think about this. It's one thing you've lost 6 in a row now. And like I said, there's only 7 games left, 5 games out of the wild card. You can't win the division. The problem is this. All those one-run losses, these guys are not robots. You cannot tell me that didn't start
Wear you
wearing them down.
man.
It just wears you down, especially when you know, oh, my God. First, the bats weren't batting.
No.
Then the closers weren't closing. It's like, you got to be.
Well, then you had that
Closer by committee.
stretch. What was that? That stretch in July and August where your bullpen just couldn't close.
Right.
A lot of runs given up. A lot of leads blown in the
Then Evaldi goes
7th,
down.
8th, and 9th. Exactly. It was a rough.
Too much.
Again, it was either one of two things, right? Either the bats weren't batting and you couldn't do squat with runners in scoring position, or the back end of your bullpen couldn't close games and slam the door for you.
So where can we hear the game today?
KRLD. KRLD. And then real quick, let's see who's on the bump for you today. It looks like it's going to be Merrill Kelly, who was rocked the last time.
I think we got to call up a young guy, man. Give him an
little Kamar Rocker just for bleeps and grins.
Why not?
At this point, it
His
doesn't
football
matter.
season, his dad played.
Why not?
It might be his best time.
Let's throw pickle juice Kamar out there. I want to see all young guys. I mean, there's no reason to see
Why not?
anybody over the age of 30 play for these last 5-6 games.
I mean, I'd shut DeGrom down.
For sure.
Yeah,
Go
for
ahead
sure.
and call it a day.
Yeah, he did everything.
Solid year.
Solid year.
I think you get one more. What is he under contract for 2 more years?
I think.
So. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling DeGrom this. I'm starting him one more year, and then I'm going the John Smoltz route with him.
Bullpen.
Be your closer. Seriously.
Talk him into it.
I mean, why not? Hey, you prolong your career for 5 more years and just pitch an inning a night? Again, you and I have talked about this before on the show. I don't understand why more starters, as they get older in age, all right, don't decide, you know what? I'm nails for an inning.
It's called
ego.
Yeah, the 3-letter word ego.
But I would think there's a lot of closers that have a lot of persona and people that we love. It's starting pitchers and closers. Like, shout out to all the middle relief guys and setup guys, but let's be honest, like, closers and starting pitchers are where the money's at, as far as notoriety goes. And I would think if you're a starting pitcher that's starting to fall off, getting a little bit older,
You would think.
you can go into the bullpen role and reinvent yourself, and a new age of fans love
Like
you for being a
Schmaltz.
closer. They're
Like
like, man,
Schmaltz.
he's a nails closer.
I am. If there's one thing about sports, I just don't understand why more people in a copycat world that sports is, right? I've just never understood why more pitchers have.
And it's one of the
played that
spots
role.
you could do that because
EGO.
in football, if you start to fall off, being a backup quarterback isn't a great look. If you were once a star, it's better just
not
to
unless you're
retire.
Tyrod Taylor.
I mean, if you were like if Peyton Manning and Aaron Rodgers said, "I'm going to start being
those
backup,"
guys are done. Yeah.
you retire after, and that's fine, and that's the
Yeah.
way to do that.
But
in
pitchers?
basketball, you can maybe go to 6-man, and it kind of hurts your credit unless you're like a really good 6-man. In baseball, you can go be a closer and still have the exact
Because
same
it's still
amount.
a high leverage role.
It really is.
You know, like you're still a vital part. And again, this team shows it,
Yes.
right? I mean, again,
Yeah.
if you had a legitimate closer, you're probably 85 and 72, and it's a whole totally different ballgame. Okay, last but certainly not least, you've got good news.
I got good
on
news.
everybody's favorite big man here in the DFW.
I got good news about our
Better
boy
news?
Anthony Davis.
Hey.
Mark Stein reported the other day that for the first time since the eye surgery from our boy to Anthony Davis to reattach or to mend, a detached retina, Anthony Davis is back on the floor, ladies and gentlemen.
That's huge news.
5-on-5 work.
Yep, people
we were a little
wondering.
scared.
Yeah, they're wondering would
season opener.
Would he be ready for? You know, you could be scared, but guess what? It wasn't the end of the world because there's so much depth at his position, especially starting out the season. That's why I was like, when Steiny first mentioned it, like he might not be ready for training camp. I'm like, wait a minute, it ain't the end of the world because you still got Cooper Flagg, I go down the list, PJ, you go down the list, but you want him to be healthy.
Who guards Anthony Davis in practice? Do you think?
Gafford
Probably
and
PJ
Lively.
or
Would you think Gafford and Lively?
No,
I mean if they're starting,
Gafford and Lively are probably guarding each other.
Yeah, I'm gonna say PJ.
Is Anthony Davis getting work in practice? I just wonder because no one really like his.
Well, didn't you say so? Kai Jones is gone, right?
Kai Jones is gone.
He went to Europe. He went to Europe,
By
so
the
he's
way,
not guarding him.
I'm thinking it's PJ. PJ or Najee's a little bit too small.
Najee's a little too small.
And PJ guards everybody
Probably
on the
PJ.
other team.
I don't really know who else you would put there.
But with that being said,
Dwight Powell.
Well, of course, Dwight Powell's going to guard everybody at practice. You already know that.
You know he's active.
very
Hands in the face. He's the one that detaches
but
right
let me
now.
throw this in. You mentioned Kai Jones is gone. Let me mention this. You guys probably touched on this. Dennis Smith Jr. is back.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Dennis Smith Jr. Was a Mavericks point guard before Luka got here.
2017.
And then he got traded to New York in the Kristaps Porzingis deal. I saw Dennis Smith Jr. At the end of the season. I had a feeling he might try to come back some kind of way. He's only going to be there for training camp unless he just wows everybody. He can't shoot it.
Nope.
But
Under
he's a
30%
great-
for
He's
career.
a perimeter defender.
No, he can't.
So he's a really good pest defensively.
So I think there's two good things about Dennis Smith Jr. coming here for this training camp deal. I think the first one is obviously for just himself. Maybe he makes a roster spot and makes the team better. The second part, say he doesn't make the roster. I think this is a great push because you just mentioned him being a pest on the perimeter. Brandon Williams, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum. It's going to be a lot harder to score in these 5-on-5 runs in practice when you got Dennis Smith Jr. guarding you versus Brandon Williams.
And that's a plus.
Versus Jaden Hardy. So maybe this is the way. Maybe they don't have real intentions of making Dennis Smith be on the roster. I don't know. I'm not inside that building. But it can still be a pro and a good thing for the Mavericks because Jaden Hardy's going to have to work a lot harder to get buckets right now in practice. Dante Exum, D'Angelo Russell, they're going to have to work. And maybe this is the coach's way of saying who's my best playmaker at point guard. Who can get by Dennis Smith Jr.
I love it, and he gets to compile some tape and keep his name on the radar.
That's what I was thinking.
And the main
Another
thing
good
about
shout.
it,
We got you, Dennis.
He probably would have had a better chance of making the squad if he had a shot. He cannot shoot the ball very well. It's like 29%.
29%.
But here's the other thing about it. You mentioned all those guards. This is what a lot of people are sleeping on, especially people who think the Mavericks are not going to be any good until Kyrie comes back. D'Angelo Russell, low-key, was the secret signing. And let me explain this. Laker fans hate D'Angelo Russell. Why? Because he's great in the regular season, but effing peers in the playoffs. Guess what? We don't need him for the playoffs.
Don't care.
He's added value for the playoffs because Kyrie's back. So guess what? He got a great relationship with Anthony Davis. They worked together with the Lakers for I don't know how long. He can shoot. He can set up the offense. He can do all those things. And you got all these former Laker assistant coaches and former head coach on the Mavericks coaching staff now. It's going to be – if anybody thinks the Mavericks aren't going to be any good until Kyrie gets – you're freaking sleeping on it.
I asked you to see, would you want Dennis Smith Jr. on this current iteration of the team? Do you think he helps out more than an Exum, a Brandon Williams, or a Jaden Hardy?
No.
Okay.
And the reason why is because people are sleeping on Exum. He was injured most of the year last year, but they forgot what he did during that playoff run.
I know you don't like Exum for whatever reason. Like Exum is good at what you need him to do.
You talking about
Blake?
Blake.
No, I'm talking about Blake. You are always crapping on Exum.
Exum's okay.
No, let me tell you something.
He hates Australian guys.
Look,
I love Josh Green. I love Josh Green.
Let me tell you something.
Me and Josh are
The
boys.
thing about Dante Exum, and this is why the guy, and you need guys like Dante Exum on your roster, okay? Number one, he's bounced around the league a little bit, but he finally found a home in Dallas. But I think Jason Kidd trusts him, number one. Because the thing about Dante Exum isn't going to go above his skis.
No, I get all that. And sometimes that works against you. We saw it, I want to say a little bit last year and into the playoffs. Wasn't a threat to shoot. And that's my biggest thing. Even if you have a broke shot, when you're at the three-point line, it's
last year,
and you're a point guard and guys are guarding you at the free throw line because they're like, he's not going to shoot. That's a bad look. And the Mavericks had a couple players like that where it was like they just weren't Grant Williams around that time where there was no threats to shoot.
Keep his name out your mouth.
I know. Exum was part of it. And Exum is fine. I agree. He plays his role, set up the offense, play defense. I just need you to be a little bit of a threat to shoot because in that playoff run, he was shooting 40% from three when he finally started shooting it.
I mean, he'll knock down a little bit, but like CA said, he had the broken wrist.
Let me put it in English. Blake said he reminded him of Maxey shooting, hesitating way too much.
That was probably the most frustrating ever.
Yeah.
Watching him go through the playoffs and Maxey Cleaver wide open and just wouldn't shoot. And when he did, hit the side of the backboard.
Ask him, by the way, he's a good shooter when he shoots, and then more importantly, he set everybody up.
That's it. That's all you want, and he's a good, not great defender. So that's what you got to love about him.
I'm going to set up my boy Freddie D because on the other side, a little NFL stack. Who is injured? Who is going to play? And who should you put in your lineup?
Don't bury the lead, though.
Eric Mangini? Come on, coming up next.
Our goal is to have you win. driven by our D&M Leasing Studios. Thanks for turning it on, leaving it on. 105.3 The Fan.
Hour number 2 of the program. Welcome in, DFW.
H-Town.
Let's get it right this time, shall we? Let's get it right this time. Hey, we're up. We're at 'em. We are alive. We're kicking. And we just did what I'd like to think, gentlemen, was a solid hour of radio programming. I'm Fred Davis. That's the three-time Hall of Famer, Chris Arnold.
Got you down.
We've got the only phenom that I will recognize, and that's Mr. Blake Elliott.
Hi.
And then, of course, the khakis, Mr. Khaki Kevin Walker. We are the pregame to the pregame here on 105 through the Fan at 12:30. We will, of course, we'll do a little crosstalk. We will do a little crosstalk with the Super Bowl winning scout Brian Broaddus and Mr. Eric Chiafalo. Do we want to take a guess
on what they're wearing?
You took the words right. I'll tell you what, it's as if you and I have done radio together before.
Broaddus, I'm going to go.
LSU or Dallas Cowboys gear?
I'm going Dallas Cowboys polo.
They did win a bit. LSU did win big last night.
Dallas Cowboys polo, LSU hat.
Yeah.
Maybe some LSU shoe game, maybe some like purple and yellow.
Hey dudes.
He does love his hey dudes.
And then I'm thinking very casual kind of. Are we thinking long pants? I'm thinking
No, oh, come
He's in
on.
studio.
If he's wearing shorts to the stadium, you know he's wearing shorts to the studio.
Come on,
Shorts.
studio.
And then for Chief, I'm thinking flannel, light flannel.
His hokas.
His hokas.
Don't forget his hokas.
And some real loose shorts.
Yeah, some gym shorts.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Give me the
Taking me over?
draft day polo for Broaddus.
Okay.
Mine
Which
is
one?
The draft day polo.
Okay. Do we think he'll be wearing anything with Crown Global Media on it?
Oh,
see, I'm gonna go with the
He does
Crown
love the
Global.
vest.
I'm going with a Crown Global Media polo today. Is my
UCA?
guess.
It's your guess of Broaddus' attire.
Something purple. I don't know what's going to be.
Okay.
Like I said, the LSU will be represented.
In some form or fashion.
In some form or fashion.
Okay, I'm here for it. We'll have to wait and see. We can all agree, though, that Chiafalo will look like he just got done running hills somewhere here in the DFW. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. Okay? This has been maybe the longest tease in DFW radio history. On June, on January, and I get June and January messed up all the time. On January 24th, the Dallas Cowboys had their introductory press conference for Brian Schottenheimer and named him, the 10th, 11th, 12th head coach?
10th.
Me and CA were on the radio.
Okay.
Yep.
In Dallas Cowboy history. So that Monday, January 24th, which is ironically enough my daughter's birthday, Eric Mangini was on a show. Now, what show was it? I don't remember.
Tell people who Eric Mangini is for the casuals.
Eric Mangini, the Mangenius, as some may remember him as, former New York Jets head coach, former New England Patriots defensive coordinator, and had a rather famous cameo on The Sopranos way back when. That's how old Eric Mangini is, okay? Now,
Those
again,
blue eyes.
And sometimes he'll have guest spots on, and I want to say it might have been around the NFL.
He's a Belichick whisperer, isn't he?
But remember, he's also the guy who ratted on Belichick.
Oh, Spygate?
For Spygate.
Yep.
Okay? So.
That's because he was with the Jets at that point.
He was with the Jets. But again, broke the code.
Yes, he did.
Broke the code.
You talking to me?
Mangini is not a guy I would have in my circle. I'll just say that.
Absolutely not. Now, that said,
what does that got to do with Shotty?
What does that have to do with Shotty? Now, we all remember when Shotty was named, because it was announced on like a Friday, and then the weekend happened.
The world.
And then
only person that knew was Sean Sharif. He got a clue and said, because nobody.
He kind of teased it that week, like, hey, don't look now, but Brian Schottenheimer might be the leader in the clubhouse.
And Sean says, this is just a source that I know. I don't know for sure it's going to happen because nobody.
And that came out of nowhere.
Came out of nowhere. Props to Sean.
And so when he was officially named on that Friday, and then again he was named on Friday, and then you had the introductory press conference that Monday. But there was nobody that was lauding this move. Like, oh, here, Jerry being Jerry. Found the audio that Monday. We teased it that week, and then 1 week turned into 2 weeks turned into a month, 1 month turned into 9. Well, the day has come. This is what Eric Mangini had to say way back when, 9 months ago, when Brian Schottenheimer was named head coach of the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, look, I haven't heard over time that Jerry is thrifty with his head coaches. I mean, I've heard he's paid coaches that he's, well, historically. Now, maybe Brian's situation is different because of what the market was for him. But Brian, like, whether or not Brian makes the same as Ben Johnson doesn't mean he's not necessarily going to be as good as Ben Johnson. Just because and we need to get that out of the way too. Just because you pay a guy a ton of money doesn't mean he's going to be good. He's a first-year head coach, and Brian's a first-year head coach. And so Brian was my offensive coordinator in New York. I hired him when San Diego was the Chargers. They'd given us problems in New England. I wanted to get someone from that system, so I brought Brian in for an interview. This was going to be his first time as an offensive coordinator. And here's what I can say about Brian is really smart, really understood the system, could do a good job coaching the system. But there were other things that I wanted to add, elements of the West Coast, elements of what we had done in New England. And Brian was very flexible in terms of being able to incorporate new ideas. So he wasn't so religious on what he was running that he wasn't going to be open to other things. So I appreciate that about him, too. So you've got all those elements. He's got familiarity with the quarterback. He's got a relationship with the quarterback. There's going to be continuity offensively. Now, we'll have to see what he does from a defense perspective, who he brings in. But in a lot of ways, going to get Kellen Moore versus hiring Brian Schottenheimer, I don't think there's a lot of difference there. Brian's had a lot of success in different places. He's had a lot of different experiences. He's been part of that program. He works well with Jerry. Taking a chance on Ben Johnson, taking a chance on Aaron Glenn, taking a chance on Brian Schottenheimer, you don't know who's going to hit. He's also got a great pedigree. He grew up in a football family with his dad, Marty, who's legendary. So he's got that experience as well. So I think we need to see what.
9 months in the making. And let me tell you something right now, boys and girls.
Had a kid.
I'm telling you right now. Well worth the wait.
Well worth the wait.
It's matching up.
Well, I mean,
and a little Ben Johnson
was
day.
Was he wrong about anything he said so far?
No. Flexible. We'll call him Brian Flexible.
Let's call him Gumby. Do you know who Gumby is?
He was
have
flexible.
No idea.
As a cartoon character.
He is. He
Yeah.
is. And he's wearing green. So it's only right.
I know Gumby. Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. Yeah. You thought you'd get that one by me, huh?
But do you know Gumby Dammit?
Do you know?
Are you familiar with the fine work of Gumby Dammit?
Okay, maybe not that.
That's Eddie Murphy.
Do you know Pokey?
Saturday Night Live.
Do you remember Pokey?
I've had Pokey before. I love it. Poke Bowls.
That's the horse.
Is that what we're talking about?
It's a Sunday morning. Gumby had a show, and his horse's name is Pokey. Gumby Dammit is a character Eddie Murphy played on.
I will
Saturday
say
Night Live.
cartoons peaked when I was a kid. So y'all's I will give y'all deference on a lot of things in life. Cartoons were the best when I was a kid.
We got Tolo texted in.
Get outta here with
214
that
says,
nonsense.
finally, I never knew I would have witnessed this day.
That's
Hashtag
right.
Tolo.
That's right.
832 says, did Fred really just pay off the Eric Mangini tease? It's a miracle.
That's it.
On
It's
a
happened.
Sunday.
We've been
it's-
teased.
And for those who missed this, it's actually perfect because you said, ironically, they're going up against Ben Johnson and the Bears.
Yeah.
And guess what? Here it is. The audio matches it all up.
It's perfect for a number of ways. Number one, and I
And
completely
Shotty's got
forgot.
a victory, so you can kind of tell it works.
Well, and I kind of forgot because it's been 9 months that Schottenheimer coached under Mangini, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, who better to talk about it than a guy who actually gave him his first offensive coordinator job?
Yep.
And a lot of the things that he said then matched up with what we've seen and what we've experienced. I mean, let's call and again, I'll say this and we'll move on to the NFL stack here. This team is a couple CeeDee Lamb drops from being 2-0.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're being honest with ourselves, this team is 2 CeeDee Lamb drops away from potentially being 2-0 to start the season. All right?
And the good part is that locker room knows this too, and that's why they work hard.
And
They should be bumping that audio that we just played in the locker room today.
I'm telling you right now, man, that there's something to be said. Now, I think we can all agree that this injuries notwithstanding, whether it's Aaron Glenn, whether it's the Saints and Kellen Moore or Ben Johnson in Chicago, Dallas has the best roster of any of the 4 teams. I mean, do we agree? I mean, it's definitely better than Chicago's.
Yep.
All right. It's definitely better than New Orleans.
Yep.
Now, defensively, could you make an argument that the Jets have a better defensive roster than, defensive group than what they've got in Dallas right now?
Right.
You could definitely make that. But, I mean, from a top-to-bottom offensive standpoint, I
trust the run game now.
I mean, if you had to choose between Spencer Rattler and Dak, you're taking Dak. Mm-hmm. If you had to choose between Justin Fields and Dak, you're taking Dak.
Yep.
And if you were to choose between Caleb Williams and Dak this year, you're taking Dak.
Yep.
All right. So, you can make that. I tell you what, CJ's everywhere. I tell you what, I love his versatility. I really, really do. There he is on ABC this week. But I appreciate what and again, but on top of that though, lastly, and then we'll turn it over to Blake. No one has more pressure than Brian Schottenheimer in Dallas.
That's true.
Okay, because let's call it what it is. I mean, the average fan has no idea who coaches those other three teams.
That's right. And the Dallas Cowboys are the most valuable franchise in the world. The hot seat is the coach and the quarterback, and it goes from there. Everybody knows it's the coach's fault or it's the quarterback's fault. No matter what part of the defense or offense or special teams fails, it's the coach's fault or the quarterback's fault.
Even though and some people say, well, the Jets are in New York. Look, if you didn't know any better, does anybody even realize that Tyrod Taylor's even starting this week?
Nobody knows.
Nobody cares. Mm-hmm. Nobody cares, right? I mean, Aaron Glenn, God bless him.
Shout out to AG.
But nobody gives a damn. They just don't.
Only those people in New York whose teams, by the way, have not won a game. Let me throw this quick stat out. Did y'all realize 3 weeks into the season, there's 10 undefeated teams.
Yeah.
There's 10 teams who, and there's 12 teams that are 1-1. This is that parity you're talking about. Both New York teams have never won a game. Miami's never won a game. Cleveland never won a game. Houston's won a game. Tennessee, Kansas City, Chicago.
What are you looking at?
Saints and Carolina.
Don't look at me, bro. Don't look at me.
Cowboys are part of that 12-12, 1-1 club.
Side-eye me while he's over here talking about the 0-2 teams.
Yeah, Kansas City. And then you got the Buffalo Bills. Here's the teams that got the victories, or undefeated rather. Bills, Cincinnati, Colts, Chargers, Philadelphia, Green Bay, Tampa Bay, San Francisco, Arizona, and the Rams. Those are 12 teams. Who's going to lose this weekend?
I'm glad you asked that. We'll talk more about
Probably Cincinnati.
Historically, starting an NFL season 0-2 is a significant hurdle, with only about 10 to 12% of those teams making the playoffs. And if I was to look at 0-3 after this Giants game, 2.4 chance of making the playoffs if you start the season off 0-3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Teams that did that was the 92 Chargers, the 95 Lions, the 98 Bills, and the 2018 Houston Texans.
Okay.
If you start off 0-3.
Guess we'll
lose to the Giants.
Guess we'll know after tonight, won't we?
Desperation time.
Guess we'll know after tonight.
How are you going to feel if they lose to the Giants? Well, it's just going to be your take tomorrow.
You'll get a text.
Or will I? Or will I be blocked?
No, you'll get one. You'll get one.
If they're losing at halftime, am I allowed to text you? And
It depends on how inebriated you get today.
True. Oh, wait, I said text you. What time's the Chiefs game at?
It's Sunday night.
Sunday night? Okay.
It's Sunday night.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Do you realize since Travis Kelce got engaged, they have not won a game?
Dude, he's been a disaster. I mean, I almost feel like he's personally trying to sabotage the season. First, he takes out Xavier Worthy, and then he drops the go-ahead touchdown pass in week 2.
Did you hear the clip of him talking to Taylor about Xavier Worthy, CA? So he was saying, Taylor Swift was saying how much she liked Xavier Worthy and fantasy and how good he is and all that stuff. And you just see Travis Kelce just like kind of chuckling on the side. And then there's just they do the little edit of him hurting Xavier Worthy. So, heard his girl talking about Xavier, said, I got you.
Chiefs.
I got something for it. Speaking of got something for it, we'll do a little NFL stack, who's in, who's not, as well as the Cowboys players. Who's getting enough snaps and who's not getting enough snaps. We'll look at the snap counts from your Dallas Cowboys players next on The Fan.
When your friends say, hey, did you hear? You can probably...
Uber Eats has low fee products? I gotta remember that.
Well, you know, they say in order to remember something, you have to forget something else. Okay, now that is a very cute haircut. That's like a little shag. I've never seen it before.
Well, I mean, of course you have. It's the Rachel.
Oh, is that your name?
No, I mean, like your name.
No, I'm Jen. My name's Jen.
Right, but I just mean like this is your haircut. But that's hair on your head. I'm not saying this is your hair. Okay. Doesn't sound right.
Was it Saffron Squad?
Roger that, Sally.
You can donate real estate too? Carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Back to 105.3 The Fan. This segment is brought to you by the Frankels. If you've been injured in a car or a truck wreck, call Frankel first, 214 or 817-333-3333. With Frankel & Frankel, there is never an out-of-pocket cost and be paid when you win. Frankel & Frankel, the go-to for car and truck wreck attorneys in Dallas.
We're 2 hours away from a little pregame show. Fred Davis, Blake Elliott, Chris Arnold, Khaki Kevin Walker in the house on a Sunday morning. It is week 3. We'll give our predictions in the 12 o'clock at 12 o'clock. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But all right, so we paid off.
On my arm. Where's Sean John?
So we paid off our 9-month tease last segment. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. And now it's time for the Blake Elliott edition of the NFL Stat.
Yeah, give me a little bit of music, Kev. I'm going to read all the headlines you guys need to know. Who is active, who's not playing, who's hurt, who to put in your fantasy lineups, if you will.
Hold on. Kevin.
Stop the music.
Kevin.
Again, you can't just say play some music and then criticize me for playing music.
Because we did this last time.
Yeah, and again, I say this again, you have to be specific.
Okay, so you can't pick up on context clues? So if we told you last time we didn't want the NFL music...
You didn't say that.
No, we did actually. We told you exactly last time we didn't want NFL music.
You said we don't want this music.
Okay, what kind of music is this, Kevin?
Well, this is NFL music, but you could also just be saying, I don't want this specific
Kevin,
song.
can you just ever accept that, hey, just be better? Okay?
I want y'all to be more specific.
Or just pick up on context clues. How about that?
I want y'all to be more specific.
I tell you what, we don't have to explain that with any other guys.
Okay.
They
thanks. Also pull from my music too. So,
but they don't pick that music.
I like to play NFL music when we talk about NFL things.
Xavier Worthy has been ruled out for Sunday night's game and will not be traveling with the team. So if you got Xavier Worthy in your lineup, if you thought, hey, he's going to be healthy this week, go ahead and take him out. We read through this yesterday, but all the quarterbacks that will not be playing today. No Jaden Daniels today. You will be getting Marcus Mariota for the Commanders. No J.J. McCarthy. You will be getting Carson Wentz for the Vikings. No Justin Fields. He's out with a concussion. You will be getting Tyrod Taylor. No Brock Purdy. You'll be getting Mac Jones. So a bunch of backups playing today. Maybe that'll affect your fantasy wide receivers. You kind of have to make that judgment on your own. If I was a Jamar Chase owner, I'd still play him. If I was a Justin Jefferson owner, I'd still play him. Now,
T. Higgins, I wouldn't.
I don't know if I'd play Garrett Wilson with Tyrod Taylor just because Garrett Wilson's been okay anyways. So what happened?
No, I was going to say, who the Jets playing today again?
The Jets.
Nobody.
Who are the Jets playing there? We did our picks.
While you look it up, I got to tell you something because you did something that made me laugh.
Bucks.
Because KNC Masterpiece, Corey was talking about how all these quarterbacks that are really good, their name starts with the letter J. And I looked it up, and I'll be damned. Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, Justin Fields, Jared Goff, Joe Burrow.
Did you say Justin Fields before Joe Burrow?
Hold on.
I'm just saying quarterbacks whose names start with a J. It's crazy.
But you said good ones.
All these quarterbacks, J.J. McCarthy. It's like you got to have a J to start your name off to be a quarterback in the NFL, starting quarterback.
I'll take Pat Mahomes.
Even the guy that's replacing Burrow's first name starts with a J.
Is there any other T's? Tom Brady? Is there any other Tua?
I'm just talking about
Tyrod.
currently on the 2025, and I blame Corey Majors for this. It's like, they're all these J's. These names start with a J.
Is Dak the only D at the quarterback position? That's good.
Daniel Jones.
There you go. 2-0.
Jones is balling right now.
Leading in passing yards.
I'm not saying his quarterbacks are any good. I'm just saying they're starting.
Okay, some other NFL news, especially when it comes to fantasy football. Jackson Smith and Jigba will play today after he began experiencing flu-like symptoms. They should be monitoring him.
Fluish.
Flu game from Jackson Smith. So I'm keeping him in my lineup. They didn't say they're limiting a snap count, that they will be watching him. A guy whose snap count will be monitored, Emeka Egbuka, the Buccaneers rookie standout, is expected to play today versus
What's he
Jets.
dealing with?
Hip and groin issues.
Ooh.
Hip and groin issues. And he practiced I think 1 day this week. He was out of Tuesday and Wednesday practice or Wednesday and Thursday practice. Did practice Friday. He's expected to have his snaps monitored and potentially limited based on how he feels during the game.
By the way,
Emeka
Tampa is a 6.5-point favorite at home.
Baker.
Against New York Jets.
Speaking of the Bucks, Chris Godwin, who's dealing with the ankle injury, and Tristan Wirfs, who's dealing with the knee, were both ruled out of today's game against the Jets. But Both players have a strong chance to make their season debut next Sunday at home versus the Eagles. Both Godwin and Tristan Wirfs are expected to start practicing reps this week with the starters. And if all goes well, there are no setbacks, and they are expected to play Sunday. So the Buccaneers getting some reinforcements. Speaking of reinforcements, let's go to the Minnesota Vikings. They obviously are without J.J. McCarthy, but 3 players that were listed as questionable: Christian Darrisaw with a knee, Harrison Smith with illness, and Andrew Van Ginkel with concussion are all expected to play today versus the Bengals. So that defense will be ready for Jake Browning and what the Bengals have for them.
But can Carson Wentz win a damn game?
Yeah, he can.
I got the Bengals winning that one. I don't believe in Carson Wentz. Give me Jake Browning and Jamar, even though the Vikings are probably a better roster right now at this point. Dre Greenlaw, though, for the Broncos, we had some Tolos texting in yesterday about the Broncos, who he had the quad injury. He is going on the IR and will be out for at least 4 games. There is growing concern within the organization with Denver that Dre Greenlaw's absence could linger and potentially become season-ending in his first year with Denver. He's yet to play a snap with the Denver Broncos. Let's go to the Cleveland Browns. The Browns plan to start rookie running back Quinshon Judkins today against the Packers. He had an impressive debut against the Ravens. He averaged 6 yards per rush, actually more than 6 yards per rush last week, and is ready for more on the workload. And last of a little bit of NFL stacks, some NFL fines that were handed out today and yesterday. Saquon Barkley. I don't know.
What did he do?
He lowered his head versus the Chiefs, Fred, and I'll lean on you for the exact play this happened. Apparently, Saquon Barkley, while running the ball, lowered his head, and he was fined $46,000.
What?
For lowering his helmet during last Sunday's game versus the Chiefs. Do you recall that play where Saquon lowered his helmet?
I just saw it yesterday.
Was it worth 46 grand?
No. I mean, he trucked a dude. There was no penalty called on the field at the time. I mean, it was... I don't know. I mean, it was one of them things where it's like it's the flow of a football play. You know what I'm saying?
Bang.
Like the thing I don't understand about sometimes when a dude leads with his head. Okay, this was one of those where it's a running back
trying to spin or something.
He just tried to truck the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's boom. I mean, and you're already low to the ground. The defender's low to the ground. I mean, you're gonna make contact helmet to helmet. I mean, unfortunately, that's football. So I saw the play. I didn't think it was really that egregious.
They're just trying to send a message to all these guys.
That's it.
Well, there's more. There's more messages being sent. There was more fines sent out, and this one's going to hit home. The Cowboys wide receivers CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens were fined $14,491 each for their unsportsmanlike conduct / violent gesture on their touchdown celebration last week. This is when George Pickens caught his little toe tapper.
Right.
They did a little bit of a celebration in the middle of the field, and they both got fined $14 grand for it. George Pickens.
How do you know the code?
I know, right? George Pickens was also fined another $14 grand and $491 for removing his helmet before leaving the field on that touchdown. No flags were thrown.
Fred, for those who don't know, and Blake, you may not know this, guess what that rule is called?
Jason Witten.
No, the Emmitt Smith rule. Emmitt used to celebrate his touchdowns by taking his helmet off, and they said, no. And so to this day, it's the Emmitt Smith rule.
So around $29,000 in fines for our boy George Pickens.
You know, I get why from a safety perspective. You don't need dudes, bashing heads on a touchdown celebration.
Well, it's not even bashing heads. It's just take his helmet off. But at the same time, I understand it's like, it's not about you. It's not the team.
Yeah. Well, that's true, too.
That's all I got for the NFL stack. I'll ask CA this because I asked you this yesterday. The tush push should be heavily officiated, especially today. Do you expect the Eagles to still run it as much as they did and kind of stick it to the NFL and the other teams, or do you think they draw it back and go, hey, teams are watching out for us, it's going to be officiated differently this year?
They're going to go for
this game.
I think they're going to go for it, and I forget who drew this up online. It was somebody that's an NFL scout. Maybe it was John Oney. They're lined up off sides when they do the tush push. The way the offensive linemen, the way they're configured, they never call it. But if you call it, they can't do it right. So to me, I think they're going to do it until they get called.
All right, let's look at the Dallas Cowboys snap count. Shout out to Bobby Belt giving me the good link for this on Pro Football Reference. You guys can look at this yourself as well. I think it'd be interesting to talk about with you guys, figure out who is getting too many snaps in our opinion and who's not getting enough snaps. So 5 players on the Dallas Cowboys offensive side have played 100% of snaps, 100 being 150. Who are those 5 players, gentlemen?
Got to be some offensive linemen.
On the offensive side?
On the offensive side of the ball, 5 players have. There's only 5 players that have played 100%.
Dak Prescott.
Correct.
CD.
Where's my bells? Incorrect.
I'm going to say Dak Prescott. Then I'm going to say Tyler Booker.
Correct.
I'm going to say Tyler Smith.
Correct.
I'm going to say
Terrence Steele.
Correct. One more.
One more?
Tyler Guyton.
Correct. There you go. Those are your 5 players that have played
Tyler.
every single snap.
And it would have been Cooper Beebe if he hadn't hurt his ankle.
Right below that at 92% is CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
90% is George Pickens. I think that's a good thing that he is pretty much on the field for the most part every play
As a
except
threat,
for
at least.
maybe a red zone play, goal line stuff. Right below it, Cooper Beebe at 89%, like you said. And then you can start getting the drop off. Jake Ferguson's the next guy at 74%. Jake Ferguson's on the field just as much as Javonte. They're both at 74%. So they're pretty much hand in hand
I want
tied
to see
together.
more Javonte.
You want to see more of Javonte?
Yes.
You want a snap share around like 80?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really do, because I think that you don't need the committee, and Javonte, Jordan Blue isn't ready yet.
Yeah.
So give me more Williams.
I was going to say, I wouldn't have a problem with him at 75% just because I don't want to wear him down.
He's right at 74.
It's not about the carries, it's just being out there.
111 snaps, 74% of your snaps.
Yeah.
Who do you think's right below Javonte? Javonte and Jake are at 74. Then there's a drop off all the way to 56. Wish I had the bell.
Cavante?
Incorrect.
I was going to say the other.
Don't tell me Jalen Tolbert.
Schoonmaker?
Jalen Tolbert.
That's because Cavante was hurt. We talked about that.
56% of snaps, 85 total for Jalen Tolbert.
Let me swing back to Javonte real quick. The reason why I want to see more of him, if he's a threat for real, then the defenses will go into the box.
Yeah. No,
and that
right.
means Dak can exploit it.
Yeah.
That's why I want to see more of him.
No, I get it.
Right below Tolbert at 28% is Cavante Turpin. He's played 42 snaps.
How's his neck this week?
They said he should be a go.
Should be a go. He's got no injury designation. We saw him all throughout week 8 in the locker room with the brace on, but I think it was more of a precautionary thing. He should be good to go, according to Cowboys PR. Okay. Luke Schoonmaker has played 41 snaps. He's at 27%. Then you got Miles at 20. Now, I'm going to read some names, and you tell me, should they be getting more offensive snaps? Hunter Lipke, he's played 22 snaps, 14% of your team. Should he get more snaps, good at his snaps, or a little bit less?
The fact that he hasn't.
22 total snaps. Miles Sanders has 31.
I think Cavante Turpin was taking some of his snaps because that's the way they're using Cavante in these little trick plays. And I'm not mad at that. I want Cavante to be used all kinds of ways. Some people say don't use him as running back. Dak was talking about they use him as running back. I said that's the Hunter Lipke stuff.
See, and I don't like the idea of using him as a running back.
I'm with you.
Okay.
He's gonna get hurt.
I mean, we're week 2 and he's already been hurt once.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, and we've talked about this. He's for what he brings your offense, and we saw it at the end of last week.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm sorry, but with all due respect to Jalen Tolbert,
we don't want to see.
He's just not that guy right now. No. Okay, and I don't know that he's going to be. I'll tell you what, Jonathan Mingo can't get back fast enough.
Ryan Flournoy, 11 snaps.
They must. I mean, here's again.
Somebody got a feeling for Cavante.
This just goes back to they must not feel comfortable with these guys in real time situations.
Now let's go to the defense side of the ball. 3 players have played 100% of snaps. Who do you think those players are on the defensive side of the ball?
I'd go with Donovan Wilson.
Correct. 100%, 130 snaps.
I will go with Kenny Clark.
Incorrect.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They rotate those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of that road.
Kyer Elam.
Kyer Elam has played 100% of snaps, all 130 snaps Kyer Elam has been on the field for. One more player.
I was going to guess Trayvon Diggs, but I don't
know.
The
linebacker.
Don't tell me Jack Sanborn.
Nope.
Probably, Kenneth Murray.
Kenneth Murray has played every snap for your Dallas Cowboys.
He made some noise last
The only Malik Hooker's at 129, so he's missed 1 snap, so he's at 99%. Right below is Jack Sanborn at 80%. He's played 104 snaps. Trayvon Diggs only has played 67% of your snaps at 88 total.
I heard his knees hurt.
Yeah, but he played damn near 50-55 last week after playing what he played 27 or something like that in week 1.
Did not play a lot week 1. Kenny Clark has played in 66% of your snaps. He's been your most active D lineman.
Yeah.
He's been out there for 87
What's
total
Osa played?
snaps. And Osa's right below him at 62%, 81 snaps. So those have been your 2 most active D linemen. Who do you think your most active defensive end has been? 80 total snaps.
Sam Williams.
Correct. Sam Williams at 80 snaps. And there is a huge drop off. The next player is Deron Bland, 63 snaps,
that's
48%.
An entire game.
Damone Clark at 62 snaps. Marshawn Nealon at 57 snaps. That's 43% of the snaps. So
is Bland back?
No, Bland will be out. Bland will be out. You only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players above 50% snaps, not counting the 100%ers. So it's a lot of rotating happening, especially on that D line. Marshawn Nealon's played 57 snaps. Dante Fowler's played 55 snaps. To me, this one needs to jump right here. Solomon Thomas, 54 snaps, 41% of the snap share. I think Solomon Thomas has been one of your better defensive linemen, kind of out of nowhere.
true.
I think your 3 best defensive line or anybody on that defensive line have all been your tackles, your D tackles. It's been Solomon, it's been Kenny, and it's been Osa over the defensive ends.
Here's what's so wild. You can stop the run now, so to speak, right?
Yeah, you're much better at it.
But guess what?
Yeah, you're a sieve through the air.
Quarterbacks.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, no, that's
it's like you can't give up one for the other.
Maris Lufa, how many snaps did you play this year?
You took, I want to say it's like, what, 16?
15 snaps.
That's absurd.
There's only 2 players that have played less snaps than him that have actually registered a snap. Maris Lufa, 15 snaps. He's played 11% of the snaps. Reddy Stewart has played more than him. Donovan Ezaraku's played 36% of the snaps, 48 total. Jay Toya's played 30% of the snaps, 39 total.
That's crazy.
James Houston's played 25 snaps.
James, I'll tell you what. You asked who wants to see we need to see play more snaps. Houston and Luafau.
And I'll throw Solomon Thomas in there.
And Solomon Thomas. Solomon Thomas, I'm not. Because
he does have 2 guys in front of him.
That's what I'm saying. I'm okay because, again, that's a grind of a position, those D tackles. And let's call it what it is. Kenny Clark.
Who needs to lose some snaps? I'm going to say Dante Fowler. He's at 42% of their snaps right now.
Well, I think that, and he's already in the midst of losing snaps because you said.
Fred Davis
got choked up.
He is in the midst of losing snaps, and you just brought in Jadeveon Clowney, so you would assume that kind of goes hand in hand
Plus,
with that.
how many did he have in game 1?
For Marshawn Nealon?
For Dante Fowler.
Let's see. From game 1.
While you look that up, I'm going to tell you this. I think Dante Fowler is a product of Dan Quinn's system. He's got to be in a Dan Quinn environment. Eberflus has no use for him.
They play the same.
And I love Fowler.
27 in each game. Dead even.
He's okay, so he's played. I mean,
Fowler's played 27 and 27.
And really, that's just probably on what? I mean, because did he start last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. I think they'll start him this week, and then I think if he
doesn't fit in Eberflus's system.
If he doesn't make a play or get to the quarterback today or next week, I think you're going to be. I think we'll see him fall out of favor as far as from a starting standpoint. I think you're right about that.
I truly believe
because they brought him in before they brought in Eberflus.
Exactly.
So that makes a lot of sense.
And to me, Eberflus is on the line in this game.
James Houston.
There's no reason his defense should be exposed against the team that he knows backwards.
James Houston had 10 snaps week 1, 15 week 2. So he got a 5 snap increase from week 1 to week 2.
But he's the one guy that you've seen make a play.
And he's used to
weeks.
playing against the Bears twice a year.
Boy, you're right about that.
So you should be unleash that man.
And I get it. You're 6. And I'll wrap up with this. I don't understand why, and you and I talked about this last Sunday because the news was announced right after you and I got on the air on the post-game show. Why Jadeveon Clowney for a team that is devoid of pass rush right now? Why you and I? Now, again, he did have 9 sacks 2 years ago with Baltimore. So maybe that's what you're trying to recreate with Jadeveon Clowney, and you're just saying to yourself, okay, he's the best pass rusher / run stopper that you have on this team? I don't know.
Is he going to play today?
Who? Jadeveon now.
Have they ruled him out?
I think Broadus was saying I don't think he'll play, but we'll wait and see.
I can see him getting spot duty today.
We'll wait and see.
I mean, Cooper Beebe's not going to be out there today, so we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it.
Officially from Christy Thielen.
Yeah, we'll know more here as it goes on. All right, what are we doing? Fair foul next? Let's do a little fair foul.
3-man fair foul.
No, this will get exciting.
Coming up next.
Now streaming on Paramount Plus. Someone is trying to frame us.
now that is a very cute haircut. That's like a little shag. I've never seen it before.
Well, I mean, of course you have. It's the Rachel.
Oh, is that your name?
No, I mean like your name.
No, I'm Jen. My name's Jen.
Right, but I just mean like this is your haircut.
But that's hair on your head.
I'm not saying this is your hair.
Okay.
One in Ennis this Friday, September 26th, proudly presented by Whataburger, Fraser Roofs and Gutters, and Firehouse Movers with The Fan.
It's 105.3 The Fan, and this segment is brought to you by Classic Chevrolet. If you're in the market to upgrade your vehicle, get to Classic Chevrolet in Grapevine. Back-to-back #1 Chevy dealership in the world. They've got more new Chevys than anyone, and they're all priced to sell. Silverado, Tahoe, Blazers, Malibus, Equinox, and more. Visit ClassicChevrolet.com. This is Texas. This is Classic Chevrolet. Together, let's drive, relax, and enjoy the difference based on new Chevy registrations 2023 and 2024.
All right. Fred's got a problem. I mean, and look, you guys can appreciate this. I mean, I've got a lot going on in my life right now. All good things, though. I mean, look, first world problems. Let's get that straight. So,
before you do the first world, tell people where they can talk to you in person this afternoon.
Oh, hey, what a layup. Don't forget, 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Now, we'll probably show up around 2:30.
During the game.
First time watch party. You guys know The Fan does it. Nobody does watch parties quite like 105 through The Fan, and they are letting myself and Blake Elliott out today. So if you like what you heard so far, or if you just want to razz me for starting off the show by saying welcome in H-Town, hey, come on out. Blake is going to go shot for shot with a couple Tolos and Fatties out there. Don't worry, I'm driving, so it is a Fan After Dark carpool today. So rest assured, everybody will be okay. That said, come on out, Bearded Monkey, 3 to 6 in Rockwall. Google it; you'll have no problems finding it. Okay.
So here's the problem.
I've got a 22-year-old daughter, as a lot of you guys know.
Fair
She's
foul.
got a dog that I've watched before. Okay, now
what kind of dog is this?
It's half Great Dane, half Boxer. Okay, so it's a good size. It's not like a huge dog, but it's a good medium-sized dog, right? I think it weighs like
Thick-ass dude.
It is, right? And it's probably, I don't know, 60, 70 pounds, somewhere in there. All right. Now, I watched this dog once before when my daughter and her then best friend went to Taylor Swift in Canada. All right. But it was only a week. I can handle that, all right? I can handle watching a dog for a week, but I will say this. By the last 2 days, I was like, you need to hurry and get your ass here because I'm about to lose it. I need this dog out of my life. So, I don't know. A couple months ago, my daughter's like, hey, her and her friend are beefing. The chick's pregnant. Her boyfriend's living there. 22-year-old drama. Kevin, you can appreciate that. Blase, blase. I had mentioned kind of off the cuff. I was like, hey, if you need a little spot dog watching, let me know. Not really, just trying to be a good dad. Then when she took me up on it, I realized my schedule, since I've picked up other jobs, I've got a lot going on right now. I told her, I said, sweetheart, I am sorry. And this was with 2 months to spare. I said, sweetheart, I cannot watch this dog. I'm sorry. But, Dad, you said, I said, look, I'm sorry. I know I said I could.
She's trying to have you watch the dog or keep the dog?
Gaslight.
She's trying to have me keep this dog because she's...
Well, how long?
She's 6 months.
No.
So she's moving in with her boyfriend in San Marcos. He lives in a house, but they can't have this dog because apparently there's cats, all this other nonsense, yada, 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 yada. So again, I told her a month ago, I said, sweetheart, I'm sorry, but I got to tell you, I can't keep this dog anymore. I've got too much going on, and, I go to Kansas every other week.
So, fair or foul, are you doing her wrong?
Fair or foul, I got to go to Houston on Tuesday to help her move. And she just asked me, she's like, hey, can I need some dog food, da-da-da, and I'll just give it to you when you take the dog. And I just told her, I said, look, I'm not taking the dog.
You better tell her dog ain't making it with you.
The dog, I'll drop the dog off.
As a matter of fact, a lot of Tolos can relate to this. That dog, you tell your daughter, if that dog stays with you, a coyote will eat him. They got them all over the place. They got bobcats. They got a feral hog that might eat that dog in your neighborhood. Just tell her that.
Louisville is crawling with feral hogs.
Send a picture of coyotes being out on the loose in your neighborhood. Like, hey, you can drop the dog off, but
877-881-1053. Tolos, there are wild coyotes in your neighborhood, even in the city.
Now, if somebody wants to foster a dog,
but
that was cool during COVID. I don't think everybody's over that now. Nobody wants to do that.
Dog,
and it's a lot easier to cat sit. Dog sit is like, hey, I got to change my schedule around. You got to take it on a walk.
That's it.
Like, you can cat sit and just kind of have it in your house.
Cats can handle themselves.
You can handle yourself. A dog is,
they
you might have to call
you.
off work. You got to cancel dinner plans.
And that's the thing I told her. I said, look, it's
a full-time job.
When we do, and starting on not this Monday, but the following Monday, we're back on air every day.
Yeah, boy,
7 to 11. Okay. Then we'll be doing Saturday radio. Then we'll be doing, damn near 7 days a week doing radio.
Yep.
All right. I don't have time for a dog.
Because you are one.
I am one. Because I am one.
Tolos,
only one dog in his house.
Tell Fred what he should do. What should Fred do?
I don't know. Let's see. My daughter just texted. Let's see what she said.
She goes, I'm listening, Dad. Doesn't sound very nice.
If they got a house, I don't understand why the dog can't stay with them.
Anyone want to guess how the weather is outside? I got you. The answer is below 100 and above 50 degrees. CA, your guess of the beautiful DFW weather today.
Weather today is going to be high, about 92 degrees. It's going to feel like 92 degrees. It's going to be a little breeze there. No chance of rain. You're in great shape today. Indoor, outdoor, watching the Cowboys. Go up to check out Fred and Blake in Rockwall.
81 degrees here in Dallas. I'm guessing Rockwall's around the same temperature, maybe like 79. Just beautiful weather here in the DFW. It's fall time. It's starting to cool off a little bit. Mm-hmm. It is the best time of the year, which means it's the best time to get out in your car, come hang out with us in Rockwall. And if you can't make it, send a text explaining yourself.
By the way,
right
817 says, never trust anybody who doesn't like dogs. That's pure evil. I totally agree, but that's not Fred's problem.
We all love dogs.
He ain't got time for the dog.
I don't mind dogs.
He wants the dog to have some attention.
And if anything, this shows Fred likes dogs even more. If you don't like dogs, you bring them in knowing you're going to neglect them. If you know you don't have time for it.
Right.
Okay?
He's trying to be ahead of this thing.
For the same reason people like being aunts and uncles, right? Because they say, oh, I get to love up on the kid, or grandparents, oh, I get to love up on the kid, and then I get to give them back to their parents at the end of the day.
Uh-huh.
I'm the same way with dogs. I know how I am as a human being.
Right.
All right? I don't have time for a dog. I had a dog for 3 months, all right, and realized I'm not that guy. I am not that guy.
You're not that guy, pal.
I am not that guy, pal. I am not that guy, pal. And now that dog is with my cousin Steve.
See, you took care of the dog. You didn't just leave it on the side
saved that
of the road.
dog's life.
Saved his life. Could have been on
and
the
I
side
ain't doing
of the
it
road.
again. I ain't doing it again.
Nope.
Now my daughter's over here. But Dad, you said you'd take him.
Is she gonna get you? You think she's going to be able to swoon
look,
you?
I'm telling her right now, you better figure it out.
What's the dog's name?
Stand on business, huh?
Arrow.
Arrow points that way.
The arrow points not to Fred's house. That is not the way the arrow's pointing.
I asked my boy Henry Thomas. All right, my boy Henry Thomas is lives in Houston. I texted him. I said, "Hey, man," and I already knew what the answer was going to be, but I figured I'd throw a little lob out there anyway because Henry's a big dog guy. I said, "Hey, man, you wouldn't mind fostering a dog for a few months, would you?" He texted back, "LOL."
Caps, all caps, didn't it? By the way, 817 says, 682 says 86 here in Richardson. I think he mentioned there's like that many coyotes in Richardson. I'm not making that up. There's a lot. And another 817 says, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't, Fred. Perhaps suggest an alternative.
I mean, I've been trying to suggest, suggest an alternative. At the end of the day, though, this is always my thing, too. All right? If you can't, as my boy Dan the Transmission says, just because you can buy it doesn't mean you can afford it.
Correct.
Okay?
That's right.
It's always if you can buy it twice. That was what my mom told me.
You got to be able to
and it doesn't
keep
affect
up with
you.
the
That's
dog
how you can
food.
afford it.
What if the dog gets sick or hurt? You got to go to the vet.
If you can't buy something twice, you probably can't afford it.
You probably can't afford it. All right? You probably can't afford it. And
wait. 817 says, what about a pregnant former roommate? She don't want the dog?
They're fighting, they're beefing, and they went out and got another dog. So it's and again, that's what I'm saying. It's all kinds.
Did you like that?
Dude, it's a headache. And I told her when she got the dog, what are you doing getting a dog?
What you doing?
Like you're in college, you got enough to worry about right now.
You
I
can't
told her
keep
from
up
the
with a
jump,
dog.
you ain't got time for this damn dog. So look, I say it's fair. I'm gonna tell her right now. Look, I've already helped you with several things. This is on you. You and your boyfriend can figure it out. Guess what? Be grown and figure it out.
Your boy Woody just said, "Hey, there's coyotes in Las Carolinas right by my house." Right, I'm telling you, everywhere. Golf courses everywhere.
I say fair as well. I know what else is fair. You, the Tolos, and the Fatties. 877-881-1053. That's a D&M leasing hotline. Call in right now. Kevin Walker will put you on the hold ski. They'll get you ready and rumbling. We got Cowboys, Bears. Give us your predictions, 40 seconds or less, who the star of the game is, and what you think today's outcome will be. We'll take your calls on the other side.
Sean and RJ, the KNC Masterpiece, G-Bag.
Do you think it's true that you've got to forget something else to remember that Uber Eats has groceries?
No, that's absurd. Hey, remember when you used to be Pepper Lady? Pepper Lady?
Wasn't it Cinnamon Sisters?
Hazel Baby.
Sapphire Squad?
Nutmeg Maidens?
Paprika?
No.
Nutmeg Maidens.
I just said that. Was it Spice Girls?
Doesn't sound right.
Was it Sapphire Squad?
Fort Worth. Let's go, Cowboys.
An Odyssey sports station. Driven by our D&M Leasing Studios. Thanks for turning it on, leaving it on. 105.3 The Fan.
Hour number 3 of the program happening right now. I am fighting with my daughter through text right now. Dad, you said you'd pick him up. Yeah, to take him wherever the hell you need me to take him.
The dog.
I'm being gaslit by my own kid right now. I tell you what, this generation, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Guilt shaming.
They are guilt. She's trying to. I tell you what, it's like dealing with Blake. I tell you what, but again, I'm ready for this. Hold on, Rafa. 877-881-1053. 877-881-1053. That is the phone number to chime in. Not only is the text line, but it's also the hotline number. So we're about to do Tolos on the telephone. Let's see, from the 214. Did you ever call your dog Cool Arrow? Cowboys by 17. Jagon and Terrell wants to know, is daughter paying for all the food and bills for Arrow? I think we all know the answer to that. Pregnant former roommate doesn't want the dog. We already answered that question.
682 says in Richardson they have coyotes. They travel up Canyon Creek Road, Cottonwood Creek, and the railroad tracks. I'm telling y'all, there's coyotes all over North Texas.
From the 972.
Tell your daughter the dog can't live up here.
From the 972. I'm glad I'm a cat owner listening to all of this. And then the only text message I took umbrage with from the 817, never trust anybody who doesn't like dogs, pure evil. So I couldn't disagree more.
You do like dogs. You just don't have time for the dog.
I don't. And
that's a difference.
I don't. And here's the other thing, too. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that don't like dogs that aren't evil. Some people just aren't animal people. I'm not an animal person. I didn't grow up with animals, all right? I was a foster kid, group home type of situation at times, so I'm just not an animal person, all right? I am a just survive type of guy.
Like you said, you're like the auntie or the uncle. You can
That's
them
it,
all,
man.
But you
That's
can't let them stay for a long time.
No, you
And
ain't
by
got
the
to
way,
go home, but you can't stay here.
I got to tell this one guy that said he's a cat owner.
Yeah.
No, he's not. Let me tell you that. I saw this bumper sticker that explained it well. Dogs have owners. Cats have staff.
Boy, you ain't lying,
Can't
man.
tell a cat what to do.
If I was ever going, and we'll shut up and get out of here with this as far as the animal talk, get to the Tolos on the telephone. I wouldn't own a dog, but if I was ever going to get an animal, I would get a cat.
Okay,
that's the closest I would ever get. And I tossed around the idea, but then you got to buy all this stuff. And at the end of the day, I like to come and go as I please. Okay?
I understand. You got to have a family to do all that. Because I got a family now. We got 2 dogs, 2 cats, a bearded dragon. We had a rabbit. He's disappeared. And we've got this bird. We got this bird from the movie Rio. My wife went and found a bird at PetSmart, and all of a sudden we got this bird too.
So
we got plenty
like
of
animals,
critters.
Yeah.
I call them the critters.
Yeah, you do.
I love them all, but I ain't got time to be. So they got them.
That's
family
wild,
to
bro.
take care of them.
That's wild. Let's go out to Rafa in Dallas. What's up, Rafa in Dallas? Don't ask us how we're doing. Who you got today?
I got the Cowboys. I mean, I'm hoping they win at least by a good 14 points. I'm worried that maybe this is a game that's going to either make or break the defense, and he's going to tell us, are we going to be good this whole year? Or are we just going to be straight up booty this whole year? But, I mean, I'm hoping also that Jake Ferguson scores a touchdown because I have him on underdog. He's in the code Tolo. So, thank you.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
You can
Love
hear
it.
Jake Ferguson every week with the G-Bag Nation.
Yeah, you can.
About 5:30. So,
Yeah,
and by the way, I'm telling y'all, this is the Eberflus game.
Yeah,
if
it
he
is.
can't beat the Bears, he should know that team backwards.
You'd like to think so. Let's go out to Jay and Terrell. What's up, Jay and Terrell?
Hey, first of all, Chris.
Yes, sir.
Boomer Sooner.
Got you down. Boomer Sooner.
Fred.
Yes.
Fred.
Yes.
You've got 22-year-old girl problems. Mine's 14. I was hoping that you would tell me to go away when they get older.
No,
but,
they get worse, actually. They get worse, so be ready for that.
Yes. Blake, I'm still waiting for you to come down and sing with me. And this is actually Jagon and Terrell.
What's up, Jagon?
Jagon. We finally hear from the legend.
Oh, the Broncos legend. Hey, I gotta come get a part from you here this week anyway, so we'll talk.
Well, I'm not over there no more, so I'll text you later.
All right, we'll talk.
Anyway, I think it's going to be a weird game. Aubrey's going to get you 12, and I think Dak's going to throw up 2 touchdowns. I got the Cowboys 26-17. How about
Okay,
that?
I love it.
Cowboys
26-17,
defense
that's what
locking
I'm
in.
talking
Butter,
about.
like butter.
26-17, Cowboys win. That's how you do a call right there. Shout out to our boy Jay Gon and Terrell. Let's go out to Roy in the Colony. What's up, Roy in the Colony?
What's up, Fred? Hey, man, first of all, I want to say congratulations on your sobriety, brother. I got 23 years myself.
Wow, congratulations
to you.
Chris Arnold,
Mhm.
man, I got to sit down with you at the Fan Phenom, and that was I win, lose, or draw. I didn't care. I was just felt honored to sit down and talk with you,
Appreciate
brother.
you too, man.
And I agree with the first caller. I think the Cowboys get it by 14, and I think everybody should chill out on Eberflus, man. You know, yeah, there's some learning curves here and some bump and grind in the road, but
I love it.
3 games, man. You know, let them make it.
That's
Thank you,
it.
guys.
Great call from our boy Ray in the Colony.
Can I say
let's-
one thing about Eberflus?
You absolutely can.
If he's got Donovan
Ezraku?
Wilson.
Wilson.
Come on now.
Yeah.
He needs to let Diggs, if Diggs is going to play, I don't know, got the knee, he's got to be in man coverage.
Yeah.
You can't, because
But
Donovan
he's his own
Wilson,
guy, though. That's his. I mean,
But in other
or
words,
do
you
we
gotta-
just need the
you
communication to get better?
You got it. Communication has to get better, but you
Yeah.
also have to play to the style of the players that you got.
Right.
You got to go to their strength, play to their strength. Diggs' strength is man-to-man coverage. Donovan Wilson's strength is tackling people at the line of scrimmage, even
Right.
though you can't have him out in space.
No.
You can't put him back there. And I like both of those players, but you got to put them in their wheelhouse.
Ruben in Dallas, what say you?
What's going on, guys? First thing, Chris, you sound like you have a mini zoo, just like my brother and his daughters. Second thing, Cowboys, yeah, of course they're going to win. I think they're going to do it 31-23, and George Pickens is going to have a breakout game and give me 40 points in fantasy today.
40?
Much love. Y'all have a great one, buddy.
You too, man. Appreciate the
Did
call.
you say 40 points
40.
for George
40
Pickens?
40 in fantasy.
Wow,
that would be like
that's a hell of
40
a
burger.
That's looking at like what 180 yards, 3 tutties.
At least, yeah, and like 12 receptions. So, I mean, look, I think we'd all appreciate it if that were to
940
happen.
says, watch out, y'all. It's not going to be an easy kicking game.
I will
Wet,
say we're gonna
wind and outdoors.
We get to Charles here in Grand Prairie. I saw a bunch of you guys calling in. I don't know if we didn't catch it. Call back in. We got you.
We got a few minutes.
We got
Yeah,
a few
actually
minutes.
got
So
plenty
I
of
saw a
minutes
couple
left.
ringing.
877-881-1053.
The 940 makes a point, though. I want Brandon Aubrey to make all these kicks, but it's going to be wet.
And Soldier Field is one of the
windy.
hardest.
It's right off the
Oh,
lake.
it's always it's going to be.
This is going to be a
gusty.
test for him. Don't get me wrong. I'm butter's butter, but it's going to be a tough game. It's not going to be
Hey,
automatic.
Mother Nature does not.
Don't play.
It starts with the D. It starts with the D.
Discriminate.
Discriminate.
There it is.
I saw Bears
My
fans on
goodness.
Twitter defending Caleb Williams, saying that he plays at Soldier Field. The wind is really bad. That's why some of his passes have been inaccurate. And they were being for real. They were quoting the wind stats in Chicago. And someone
it's called the Windy City.
Somebody commented right under, and they said, "What about like Lambeau in Green Bay?" And the win difference is like 0.4. And Jordan Love looks fine, and Aaron Rodgers looked fine for many years.
That's true. He did. I mean, that's a great point. I mean, look. What did Tyler Aki say to us on Thursday? That Chicago fans are so torn that if it doesn't work out with Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams,
They're not gonna know what to do with themselves.
they're like, it may never work out.
They
here.
ruin
I mean,
quarterbacks
literally,
up
they're
there.
on the verge of catastrophe there. Let's go out to Charles and Grand Prairie. What's up, Charles and Grand Prairie?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? Hey, Chris, been listening to you for 30 years, brother.
Appreciate you, man. GP,
Blake,
are you with me?
Fred, Blake, Fred, y'all are the best. And y'all show is only elevated by the great Chris Arnold being on.
Appreciate
Hey,
you.
Cowboys going to win by at least 20 today.
Ooh.
Okay.
And I agree. Pickens going to do something.
Okay.
Gonna cook.
Cowboys going to win the next 4 games in a row.
Oh, taking down the pack. Go pack.
Oh, okay.
Pass us
Charles
some of
and
that.
Grand Prairie. Now that's a call right there. All right, that's call of the day right there so far.
Charles,
do appreciate that.
Charles, you on that
Charles and Grand
Kool-Aid?
Prairie. All right,
You on
let's
that
go
Cowboys
out to
Kool-Aid?
Let's go out to Justin in South Lake. Not only does he have the best high school team in the DFW, maybe this whole entire state right now. What's up, Justin?
I wouldn't call myself a representative of South Lake, but yeah, they're pretty good. But
Garland guy.
Like that declaration right off the top.
Get it right. Get it right.
Twisted. Don't get
I
twisted.
appreciate it, Fred. But I'm actually here to bump you up as well, man. Just like you love to clap, I'm pretty sure the Cowboys are going to come in and clap the cheeks of the Bears today.
Wow.
So
Wow.
Anyway,
Kevin Hagelin that said that about you.
Oh, he
Friday,
did say,
that
that's
was too
right. He
funny.
did
And I
say
think
that.
it's,
He did
like,
say
'cause you're in
that.
the Navy or something.
Inappropriate. Wildly inappropriate.
Said you're
And I have
familiar with the
nothing-
clap.
On a Sunday morning.
I said, has anybody familiar with the clapper? The clapper.
Oh, yeah.
Not the
I guess I'm
clap.
old enough to remember that.
There are two
Yeah.
wildly different
lights
things.
on, lights off.
Two wildly different
But
things.
you're in the service.
Yeah.
So
go.
no, but Cowboys have nothing to lose, man. We just, we have everything to gain, and we're going to go against a team that really has every chance to lose. They can't perform. I don't care about Ben Johnson and what he can do. He's not doing it. Cowboys all day, baby.
Let's go.
Cowboys.
877-881-1053. We got about 5-6 minutes left if you want to get your prediction
jump
in.
on in.
I'll ask this to UCA. I already asked Fred this yesterday. Who has the advantage? Matt Eberflus being Caleb Williams' old coach, knowing how he plays, knowing how he practices, knowing his tendencies, his weaknesses, his strengths, or on the flip, Caleb Williams going against Matt Eberflus, knowing how he likes to call a defense. He knows his own strengths and weaknesses and where Eberflus might try to exploit them. Who has the advantage in that matchup? And we'll take this caller.
I'm going to tell you exactly who's got the advantage. The coach for Caleb Williams. His name is Ben Johnson. He's played against Matt Eberflus's defenses for twice a year for the last 3 or 4 years. With that in mind, if Caleb Williams just plays within the Ben Johnson offense and not try to freelance, they might give the Cowboys big problems and win that game.
So I gave some numbers yesterday to Fred about the Ben Johnson offense. Obviously, we all know in Detroit, he liked running motion. They were the highest motion rate team, around 67%. This year with the Chicago Bears, they're around 50%, which would be the seventh least amount of motion. Now, on 3 of their touchdowns, they all have come off of motion. The Bears are also the most penalized offensive team. So you see Ben Johnson trying to implement it, and when it works, it works. But also a lot of penalties happen. So I just wonder what kind of game flow you're going to get from Ben Johnson.
Part of this is, to me, I'm not looking at Ben Johnson as being the problem. And I went to OU, so I have some. I like Caleb Williams, but the problem is this: he didn't have an offensive coordinator the last few years in Chicago. He's freelancing on his own. So if he learns how to work the Ben Johnson system, like Jared Goff, and then he's got the ability to freelance. See what I'm saying? He's still freelancing, running for his life half the time.
When do you think it'll kind of click and kind of go hand in hand for those two? Like middle of the season, maybe next year, end of the year?
The quickest has to be middle of the season because, like Fred's already talked about, September is preseason for NFL teams these days.
Well, let's go out to Merrill and Waxahachie. Merrill, what you got for us?
Hey, I don't want to critique this game, but the Cowboys play down to these opponents that they're supposed to walk all over. I hope they get a fast start and come out hot and ready.
Merrill, are you using Cricket Wireless again? What's going on?
You got Wi-Fi issues.
Got Merrill Kelly on the line.
We know where you're going with this. He said he don't trust the Cowboys to blow out these teams.
You're still there, Merrill?
I think we lost him.
Yeah, I think we lost him.
Oh,
there he is. There he is. What's up, Merrill?
Hey, man, they always find a way to play down to these teams they're supposed to walk through and walk over. I hope they get a fast start. They come out hot and ready, and they come out ready to fire on all cylinders.
Like a Little Caesars pizza.
No slow starts, no penalties, no stupid mistakes. That's I would always kill us against.
Give me a score. Give me a score.
And hey, 14-7 Cowboys.
Oh, wow. Wow. 14-7. Okay. Old school throwback. Slobber knocker.
Trust him.
Interesting. Okay, Merrill.
14-7. I love it. That's the score of the day. 6-3.
Sound like Walter Payton and
3-2. Defensive struggle.
Yeah.
It's going to be a field goal.
Danny
One
White and
safety.
Jones
My
out
God. 14-7. That's the greatest score of the game.
If the Cowboys win 14-7, I won't even really feel like it's a win. This defense, but I guess that would be a good thing. That means the Cowboys defense holds the Bears to 7 points.
14-7. That's a wild pull right there. All right, last call. We'll have hopefully this person makes it worthwhile. I mean, so far everybody's gone with we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 calls. Nate Dogg in Dallas. Nate, take us home.
I have Dallas going up there and winning 21-7.
Okay.
Javonte Williams is going to run that rock all the way through, and he's going to be cemented as a Pro Bowl running back today.
Wow.
That'll work.
Wow.
He's healthy.
That's how you take us home right there. Javonte in week 3.
Pro Bowl.
Cemented as a Pro Bowl Pro Bowl running back. And I mean, look, man, he's had a good
So
He's had
far.
a good year so far. I mean, we're only 2 weeks in. If we could find somebody to compliment him, maybe a Jaden Blue type, if he ever decides to get his
like
you-know-what
the Detroit
together.
Lions run the running backs. And by the way,
Seriously.
again, let me promote this. Javonte Williams is my pregame player profile interview.
You don't want to miss that. Come on, you're going to stay locked and loaded with 105.3 The Fan today. We've got all kinds of good coverage for
He's
you guys.
healthy.
All right, look, you've got a CA Story Confidential coming up at 11:40. We've got a little college football reset we're going to do at noon, and then, of course, we're going to do a little crosstalk with Broadus and Chiafalo. But coming up next, it's fantasy football time. Blake, where are you taking
It's
us?
fantasy football time. Preview some of the biggest matchups. Who should you put in your lineup, and what games should you be watching next on The Fan?
Tolo means turn it on and leave it on.
Okay, now that is a very cute haircut. That's like a little shag. I've never seen that before.
Well, I mean, of course you have. It's the Rachel.
Oh, is that your name? No, I mean like your name. No, I'm Jen. My name's Jen.
Right, but I just mean like this is your haircut.
But that's not your hair.
I'm not saying this is your hair.
Okay, freak.
It's true that you've got to forget something else to remember that Uber Eats has groceries.
No, that's absurd. Hey, remember when you used to be Pepper Lady? Pepper Lady?
Wasn't it Cinnamon Sisters?
Basil Babes.
Saffron Squad?
Nutmeg Maidens?
Paprika?
No.
Nutmeg Maidens.
I just said that. Was it Spice Girls?
Doesn't sound right.
Was it Saffron Squad?
Back to 105 through the fan. This segment is brought to you by the Frankels. If you've been injured in a car or truck wreck, call Frankel first, 214 or 817-333-3333. With Frankel and Frankel, there is never an out-of-pocket cost. They only get paid when you win. Frankel and Frankel, the go-to for car and truck wreck attorneys in Dallas.
The noon games are almost here in the NFL slate. We're going to preview all of them real quickly. CA is going to give his picks. Me and Fred gave our picks yesterday, and then we'll also give you our sneaky or maybe not so sneaky player that we would play in each matchup. Let's get it started here. Fred, Blake, and our boy CA and Kevin Walker on the ones and twos, keeping us nice and crispy. Cincinnati Bengals versus Minnesota Vikings. Two backup quarterbacks, Jake Browning and our boy Carson Wentz for the Vikings. The Vikings are favored by 3.5 at home. CA, who do you can go with the spread or just who you think winning this game?
I think the Bengals are winning the game, even though they have no Joe Burrow.
Okay.
They got another quarterback with a name with a J.
I concur with that thought. For me, the fantasy guy to start in that matchup is Jordan Mason. Aaron Jones hit the IR. Jordan Mason has already been taking a good amount of snaps for the Vikings, and I can see this game script being the Vikings being up by a little bit. They're at home, backup quarterback running the ball a good amount, and Jordan Mason has been super effective. So if you have him on your fantasy team, I would throw him in your starting lineup. Along with that, I throw Chase Brown in there. The backup quarterbacks lend a hand to having a star running back behind you. So Chase Brown and Jordan Mason, I would throw in your lineups if you have them. Okay, let's go to another noon o'clock game. The Pittsburgh Steelers at the New England Patriots. The Patriots are at home. The Steelers are favored by 1.5 on the road. CA, who do you have in this matchup?
Steelers.
You got the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mike Tomlin.
Rocking with Aaron Rodgers. Their defense has been very suspect. Highest paid defense in the league, but it's been them, the Dolphins, the Cowboys, and Giants are the top or the bottom four, worst defenses in the NFL right now by all of the metrics. I've got the Patriots in this one. A sneaky good play would be DK Metcalf. Aaron Rodgers has been getting the ball to him, and Christian Gonzalez is out for this game. So that's the Patriots star corner. He will not play in today's game. Okay, Colts at Titans at noon. Titans at home. The Colts are favored by 5.5.
Give me Danny Dimes. He's been unleashed. Colts
start 3-0 according to CA. I'm trying to think of a sneaky good matchup. Probably Jonathan Taylor. Not sneaky, but Jonathan Taylor will produce
under the radar.
Under the radar. He's the guy that's going to get you a lot of points this week. He's been balling, leading the league in rushing yards. Definitely keep Jonathan Taylor in there. Fred, I'll go to you for this one because you were going about this yesterday. Calvin Ridley, would you start him for the Tennessee Titans going against the Colts?
Man, look, I'm going through my own issues right now in my fantasy lineup. Breece Hall or Quinshon Judkins?
Probably Breece Hall. Quinshon Judkins playing the Packers. Yeah, think about that.
Is this going to be a guy that'll help you win the game?
What do you mean it's going to be somebody?
Like, is it a 50-50 matchup? Like, is this going to be one of the low? Like, what is the odds
starters,
right now?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm starting one or the other. Because, I mean, here's what you got to think about. With Breece Hall was just okay last week, but they've got Tyrod Taylor starting today.
I would go Breece.
But he's splitting with Braylon Allen.
Yeah, but he's going to get carries, though. I mean, he's still leading. I mean, he still gets more carries than, I mean, hell, he had a good week one.
I like Judkins more, but I don't like the matchup. They're going to be down, and they're playing the Packers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Versus Breece Hall, who's playing the Bucs, who I do think are good, but I don't think their Packers good right now. And the Bucs just lost Kalaya Kancey, their defensive tackle. They're a little bit weak up there. I could see that being a closer game and Breece Hall getting some more workload. I personally would play Breece Hall.
Okay, so you're talking about Ridley versus what?
He's playing the Colts. Would you start Calvin Ridley this week against the Colts? Colts favored by 5.5.
I guess it depends on who else you got to choose from.
Yeah, for sure. Houston versus the Jags. This game is also at noon o'clock.
Ride the fence there.
It's okay. Jags at home.
No, I wouldn't. You know, he's only got 84 yards on 12 catches or something like that so far this year.
It's not good.
Calvin Ridley.
It's not good.
If you're a Calvin Ridley fanboy from yesterday who sent in like 4 texts defending him to the T.
You got one. 214 says Ridley's cousin here again.
That's him!
I would start Breece. Jets are starting a backup quarterback. I swear to
Ridley's
God.
cousin here.
Telling you. Right there.
He's there.
Tolo.
Are you starting Calvin Ridley today?
You know he would.
Jags versus Texans. The Jags are favored by 1.5 at home. CA, are you taking the Texans or the Jags?
That's fantastic.
I'm gonna take
Jags 1-1, Houston 0-2.
I'm going to take. I actually like the coach for Houston, but I'm going to take the Jags only because.
Fine,
we
like being underdogs.
Jordan Lewis is playing for the Jags.
He is playing for the Jags.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see the Stroud throw him an interception.
And Travis Hunter too.
Travis Hunter's out there. Maybe we'll get some more defensive snaps.
I think he's going to play more on the defensive side
They
of
had
the ball today.
some defensive back injuries for that one. I don't know if I'd really play anybody fantasy-wise in this game. I mean, Nico Collins, you're still going to play if he's in your lineup. But outside of, are you playing Brian Thomas against this? This is a game where I'd bench Brian Thomas, personally, if you have some good backups. Because
Who they throwing to?
Well, I'm just saying, you're playing one of the best secondaries in the league. I don't know if this is a Brian Thomas game.
That secondary can get got.
Okay.
That's secondary.
Just because the Chiefs secondary got don't mean every secondary is getting got. The Houston Texans secondary is not a. Do you believe more in the Houston secondary or Brian Thomas and Trevor Lawrence connection? That tells me all I need to know. Okay, 12 o'clock.
I don't trust Trevor Lawrence.
I don't either. That's why I'm not starting.
But Brian can move the ball on the Texans.
Brian Thomas has not been a good start already, and now he's playing against the best secondary he's probably going to face all year.
They're slated to score 5 points today in fantasy, okay? So I'm over the Texans defense right now.
Atlanta Falcons versus Carolina Panthers, also a noon o'clock game. Atlanta favored by 4.5 on the road. Carolina 0-2 looking for their first win of the year. CA, who do you have in this matchup?
Penix.
Michael Penix.
I do too.
That will put the Falcons at 2-1 on the year. We also have the Atlanta Falcons. Bijan is obviously a great start. I think Drake London's another good start.
Is it Bijan or is it Bijan?
So apparently it was the Bijan. Then he went back on and said, I'd rather be called Bijan.
Thank you.
He went back on and said, we're calling him Bijan Robinson.
Good.
Fred, would you start Ted McMillan if you have him on your team this week against the Atlanta Falcons? Atlanta Falcons, no A.J. Terrell, their best corner, but their defense has looked better overall. Would you start Ted McMillan?
I mean, maybe as a flex.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not.
Would you feel confident?
I'm not starting him.
Are you confidently starting him, or just a last resort?
Last resort.
Okay.
Hey, can I get y'all's opinion on some fantasy real quick? I'm finalizing my lineup, and I've got to choose between two Titans players. So bless me, Ridley or Pollard. My last flex.
Pollard.
All day, every day.
Yeah.
Pollard all day, every day.
Rams versus the Eagles, probably the best noon o'clock game that we're going to have in a while.
Rams are for real.
The Eagles are favored by 3.5 at home. Both teams 2-0. Who do you have in this one, CA?
I'm going with the Rams.
I also have the Rams.
We all took the Rams.
Now, this question has been buzzing on Fantasy Football Twitter. Is this the week to start Eagles wide receiver, especially Devonta Smith, because the Rams have allowed the second most yards to slot receivers this year. Devonta Smith obviously plays in the slot.
Mm-hmm.
If you had Devonta Smith on your team, would you throw him in your lineup this week? Is this the week to do it? Fred?
By the way, revert back to what I said earlier. Go ahead. Throw Tet in your offense.
Yeah?
Throw Tet. Dude, he's got 19 targets in 2 games.
Okay. You're throwing Tet
Bryce Young is, look, I'm going to put it like this. Bryce Young's throwing the rock at Tet.
Okay.
Period.
There you go. Throw Tet in there. Would you put Devontae Smith in your lineup against the Rams?
I don't know. I've got A.J. Brown. I mean, I don't know that I'm qualified to answer this question right now.
Would you throw any Eagles receiver in your lineup? Or
no,
would you wait until they prove
right
it?
now, no. I mean, why would you? I just benched A.J. Brown for Chris Olave.
Wow.
Yeah.
3rd round pick. Actually, was it your 2nd round pick?
I don't want to talk about it right now.
It's okay.
I'm 2-0 in that league.
You are 2-0. It's okay. It's okay. I took Amari in Hampton, who's been kind of a dud so
He's
far.
been a bum in my league, in my other league.
Yeah.
I hate fantasy football. I hate it.
If you have Rams receivers, play them. Puka. If you have Puka and Devonta, I'd play them both.
Absolutely.
Devonta leads the NFL with George Pickens in red zone targets.
And you know, I saw this last night as I was watching the Mizzou South Carolina game. Somebody said, and every self-described fantasy expert, don't sit these guys. Somebody said, sit Kyron Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you sit Kyron Williams?
I don't know. What was their reasoning?
Running back share and
Blake
because
Corum
of what,
starting to
because of what the Eagles do against the run.
Why would you sit anybody from the Rams offense?
Thank you.
The Rams offense is humming, and the Eagles defense hasn't been some
Plus,
shutdown
Kyron
factor.
is one.
Correct.
He's due for a breakout game. I mean, let's not pretend like this guy doesn't. And you're going to get catches out of the backfield as well.
Okay, let's go another noon o'clock game. Jets and Buccaneers. Jets looking for the first win. Tampa looking to stay on the winning side of football. The Bucks are favored by 6.5. Remember, backup quarterback for the Jets, Tyrod Taylor, playing no Justin Fields. CA, who do you have in this matchup?
I'm going with the Bucks. I'm going to take Baker over my guy Aaron Glenn. By the way, Aaron Glenn, I mention this all the time. He owns that Williams Chicken over there off of 67 and Redbird. That's his shop. But AG, you're not playing. You're just coaching. I got to go with Baker Mayfield. We got a 940 says, hey, do not start any running back against Vita Vea.
I saw that.
Unless you expect a lot of catches. He single-handedly stops the run every week for Tampa Bay.
Okay. I mean,
and I've always been a big fan of Vita Vea.
I'm a Bucs guy, so I'm not going to argue too much with that point. I will say another Bucs guy that I am in love with, Emeka Egbuka, who's been killing it for my fantasy teams. I did bench him this week. This week because of what I read in NFL Stack, his with the hip and the groin, he is going to be on a snap count, and they're monitoring. So all it takes is the first quarter not to go well. Now you got someone in your fantasy lineup who plays one quarter. So I have other good players. I'd put Ricky Pearsall in. As much as I love Egbuka, my team is named after him. He's on a snap count this week, so I'd be cautious with putting Emeka Egbuka in your lineup. Another 12 o'clock game, we got the Commanders at the Raiders. The Commanders are favored by 2.5 at home. Remember, they're playing with a backup quarterback. No Jaden Daniels, Geno Smith versus Marcus Mariota. Who do you have in this matchup? Commanders at home.
Commanders at home?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still going to go with our guy from Frisco, Gente.
Ashton Genty and the Geno Smith-led Raiders. Brock Bowers looking for a bounce back as he left last week's game early. Michael Mayer looking good as well for the Raiders.
Can I say this real quick about Washington? I do believe Jaden Daniels, with his last-second victories last year, if he ain't playing, they ain't win.
Fred, Jacoby Myers, would you start him this week?
Yeah. Against the Commanders?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I mean, you don't look, here's the thing. You don't know.
Genty and Bowers, too? Everybody on the Raiders offense?
Might as well. I mean, here's the question, right? I mean, Jacoby gets the lion's share of the. One of those two guys is getting. I mean, hell, Jacoby had the lion's share of the targets last week. Brock Bowers, do we know where he's at physically?
I still got him in my lineup, even though he's a little banged up, because he's just too good for me to be like benching him for Juwan Johnson.
I would like to think this is. I kind of want to go back, but I'm not going to. I picked the Commanders. This is a test your mettle game if you're the Raiders.
Mm-hmm,
all right. This is a test your because look, and if I'm Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly, did you hear what Ryan Clark just blasted Ashton Genty this week?
No.
Said he doesn't have it.
What? Ryan Clark's been talking crazy for a while.
I'm tired of this Ashton Genty slander.
Hey, he's been getting it a lot this week, okay?
Because they're box score watching. If you watch him in the game, I get it. The O-line's not great, but in the game, he shows promise.
Sure does.
We got 6 more games to get through.
We also had that viral clip of him not picking up a blitz.
We got the Green Bay Packers at the Cleveland Browns.
Right.
Cleveland's going to be at home. Green Bay is favored by 7.5. I know you got Green Bay probably winning this, but I'll ask you this, CA. Do the Browns cover the spread of 7.5?
No.
Okay, they do not.
Unless Shador gets some snaps.
Would you play anybody from the Browns offense in this game?
I mean, I asked you.
You got Judkins, you got Harold Fannin, and Jerry Jeudy. Would you play any of those guys against the Packers defense? My answer would be no. Unless that's your last resort. If you've got better options, I wouldn't play anybody against the Packers.
I mean,
defense
think about it, dude. They were down 20-10. The Browns. They were down 20-10 going into the fourth quarter, and against the Ravens, right? Playing them tough, and then there was like a strip sack, and then the floodgates opened. Yeah. So I think this is kind of the beginning of the end of the Joe Flacco reality tour.
Let's go to the 3 o'clock games. We got the Broncos versus the Chargers. Chargers at home. Denver looking a little shaky to start the year. Chargers are favored by 2.5. Who do you have in this one? This is a good matchup, CA.
Chargers until they lose.
Okay, he's got the Chargers. Now, here's the question we've all been asking. On both of these teams, what wide receiver do you play? Ooh. For the Broncos, you got Cortland Sutton, who was the guy everybody wanted. Hasn't played that well. Then you got Troy Franklin, who went off last week for 2 tutties. And then for the Chargers, you got 3 wide receivers. Ladd McConkey, who everybody drafted high, but he's been the worst producing wide receiver out of the 3 of Keenan Allen and Quentin Johnson. So I'll ask you 2 gentlemen, which wide receiver from each team?
The one I trust is Allen.
Keenan Allen?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Ladd McConkey.
You'd start Ladd over those 2?
Yeah, because he's on my fantasy team. Okay?
No bias, Fred. No bias. Trying to help the Tolos out.
Yeah, I'm trying to help me out. Okay? I'm a Tolo. I'm helping me out.
All the time, too.
I want Ladd McConkey.
Okay, let's go.
I'm manifesting it.
Saints, Seahawks. Seahawks at home. The Seahawks are 7.5-point favorites. Who you got in this one, CA?
Seahawks.
Do the Saints cover? 7.5?
No.
Okay.
I don't trust Kellen Moore up there.
Start Alvin Kamara if you have him. Alvin Kamara is the only guy I would start on this game, and Kenneth Walker. JSN is dealing with the flu, so take that for what it is. I'm still starting him, but If you got other options, maybe look at them. Another 325 game, San Francisco, the Cardinals, San Fran at home. Both teams 2-0. San Fran only favored by 1.5 CA. What you got in this one?
It's hard to say because everybody's hurt. I'm gonna say 49ers.
Mac Jones at quarterback for the 49ers.
I'm going to say 49ers because, believe it or not, that's who Kyle Shanahan always wanted instead of Trey Lance. He wanted. Now he got him.
Yep.
So here you go. Watch him see what he do.
If you got CMC, throw him in there. I got Ricky Pearsall, and I'm playing him in this matchup. Last two games, Kansas City Chiefs versus New York Giants. We already know what Fred thinks. CA, 6.5-point favorites. Do the Giants win? And if not, do they cover?
They do not cover, and they do, and the Chiefs win. They will handily win this game.
I love it.
Okay. No Xavier Worthy in that game. And the last game of them all, Bears at Cowboys. You will get that prediction at 12 o'clock. We will give you all the previews as far as who we think will win that one. But before we do that, it's time to hand the baton up to CA. CA Stories, you want to tease what we got coming up?
Yes, CA Stories Confidential. What was I doing last night with Jerry and Stephen A. Smith? Plus, it's a birthday edition. Details next on 105.3 The Fan.
Dallas, big news about electronic smoking.
Something else. Okay, now that is a very cute haircut. That's like a little shag. I've never seen it before.
Well, I mean, of course you have. It's the Rachel.
Oh, is that your name? No, I mean, what's your name?
No, I'm Jen. My name's Jen. Right, but I just mean like this is your haircut, but that's hair on your hair. I'm not saying this is your hair.
Nutmeg maidens?
Paprika.
No,
Nutmeg maidens.
I just said that. Was it Spice Girls?
Doesn't sound right.
Was it Saffron Squad?
105.3 The Fan. Flagtober 2025 is also presented by Bearded Monkey Sports Bar and Jake's Burgers.
It's 105.3 The Fan, and this segment is brought to you by Classic Chevrolet. If you're in the market to upgrade your vehicle, get to Classic Chevrolet in Grapevine. Back-to-back #1 Chevy dealership of the world. They've got more new Chevys than anyone, and they're all priced to sell. Silverado, Tahoe, Blazers, Malibu's, Equinox, and more. Visit ClassicChevrolet.com. This is Texas. This is Classic Chevrolet. Together, let's drive, relax, and enjoy the difference. Based on new Chevy registrations 2023 and 2024.
We are rocking and rolling on a Sunday. We're about a quarter of an hour away from the noon slate of games getting rocking and rolling. Of course, at 12 o'clock, we will give you our Dallas Cowboy picks for this afternoon, as we're that much closer to about 45 minutes away from the pregame show with Eric Chiafalo and your Super Bowl winning scout, Mr. Brian Broaddus. But before we do that, you guys know how we do each and every Sunday. Anytime a legend, the legend of 105.3 The Fan is here on the microphone, let's take a little bit of time for a CA Story Confidential.
Thanks, Fred. Thanks, Blake. Thanks, Khaki Kev. Thanks, all Tolos, for letting me share some of these stories from all these years. We're going to do a current, up-to-date version of CA Stories and a birthday edition, because we got a lot of fan talk show hosts and staff who have birthdays all this weekend. My birthday was on Friday. Appreciate all the Tolos sending the texts, and we even had a CA, a fake CA call in on the what you're drinking, what you're thinking with G-Bag, and he got you down, and he said, all I ever wanted was the Cowboys to get a 350-pound big butt, one technique and stuff that run up the middle. So I appreciate that, Tolo, for that. And my birthday was on Friday. Choppy and Peyton Russell's birthday was Saturday, which was yesterday. And today is Kevin Heckler's birthday from KNC Masterpiece.
Come on.
We've been Tolo birthday partying all weekend long. And I'm going to give you this birthday story here, but let me also do a quick couple of shout-outs, because yesterday I was very, very out and about busy. First thing in the morning, the Dallas PD asked me to MC their Blue Back the Pink Breast Cancer Awareness 5K run and walk over at Mockingbird Station. Had a huge turnout. The weather was perfect. Shout out to all the first responders and all the PD and everybody who were survivors or family members or friends of survivors about breast cancer awareness. And then last night, Nancy Lieberman had her annual Dream Ball Gala. I've been knowing Nancy since 1980. That's my girl. She is a two-time Basketball Hall of Famer, and she is having her charity golf tournament tomorrow. I'm going to MC that to start that thing off. But last night she had her Dream Ball, and in this Dream Ball, she's honoring all kinds of people who give back and do a lot of things, including her foundation, who takes care of a lot of kids with scholarships and basketball camps and whole 9 yards. Last night they were honoring Stephen A. Smith, and he was going to get his award presented by Jerry Jones. And country singer Kofi Anderson, who's from Bangs, Texas. He said, bangs like your grandma wearing in front of her on her hair, them bangs. And Kofi was great. He was fantastic. He got an award, an inspiration award. And Nancy presented that to him. Jay Harris from ESPN was the MC, and he made a note. This is Men's Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, and he found out back in the spring he had prostate cancer, and they took care of business. He's all good and healthy again, so shout out to everybody who's taking care of your health first. With that being said, here's the CA Stories Confidential. As I was getting ready to go to the gala last night, down in Deep Ellum at the Bomb Factory, I'm talking to my kids, because we were talking about my birthday on Friday. It was low-key at the house, no big deal and all that, and we were talking about the biggest surprise I've ever had on my birthday. And by the way, I've had lots of fun birthday celebrations in low-key, doesn't matter, all these years. But the biggest surprise, I was just getting into the story about how my wife, Pam, gave me one of the biggest surprises ever on my birthday. When my phone rang, and it was Stephen A. Smith. So I've been knowing Stephen A. for a long, long, long. He's a dear, dear friend of mine. We go all the way back to the mid-1980s. And he's being honored, of course, last night. And so we're talking about a few things here and there. And I put him on the speakerphone because the kids said, we're going to talk to Stephen. So he was talking to them and playing around with them. I've been knowing your dad a long, long time. I'll give him a hard time for his birthday, right? Right. You got to do all that. And so we were doing all that. And then we were talking about Jerry and what they're going to do last night. And he and Jerry presented him the award. And of course, Jerry should be in Chicago with the team. He usually is the night before. He's in the coaches' meetings and stuff, and he talked about that on stage. And I'm sure Jerry's there now, or either he left last night on his private plane, or he left first thing this morning. He brought his wife Jean with him there and all that. And he makes the presentation to Stephen A. And he starts dogging out Stephen A., kind of like a roast. So Stephen A. gets the award, and he goes back at Jerry a little bit, right? And he thanks everybody, and he says all the wonderful things that's going on. And then they do kind of like a fireside chat. They had these two chairs there, and they both had microphones, and they start talking about stuff. And then Jerry starts talking about Micah Parsons and Dak Prescott. And he gets all choked up. When I say choked up, I'm not talking about crying. He just start coughing. So Stephen A. says, hey, somebody get him some water, a little bottle of water. So they get him some water, and Jerry drinks. He goes, not strong enough. He's like, I'm just kidding, but not quitting. And then he starts talking about Micah, and he starts talking about Stephen A., how Stephen A. is always hard on the Cowboys. But he understands Stephen A.'s greatness, which is he's been doing this a long time, grinding for 15 straight years, and now he's on even more platforms and all these things. He said, I truly admire this. That's why I delayed my trip to Chicago just to do this presentation. And they were going back and forth, having fun. And then they started talking about Stephen A. was like, Jerry, you've done a great job, owning the team and built the most valuable franchise in the world. But these players, I just don't know. He says, in the words of the marvelous Marvin Hagler, if you go to bed wearing silk pajamas, how eager can you be to get up in the morning?
That's a good one. I wear silk pajamas sometimes.
Yeah. And Jerry said, I got silk pajamas on right now. And it was
me and Jerry have that in common. Silk boys.
Yeah. Well, check this out. I've always said forever, the Cowboy players have affluenza. How hungry can you be when you're already fed? You follow me? And so
put it on a t-shirt.
It's not Jerry's fault. He put his money where his mouth is, built everything out in Frisco and AT&T Stadium and Star and all that. And Troy, Emmett, Michael, and Dion, and Roger Staubach, Bob Lita, all of them, they built it. But these guys, I'm telling you, they try hard. But how? They're like trust fund babies. But that's another story. So again, my kids got to talk to Stephen A. And then I went back to telling them about the story. And by the way, I told Stephen A. the same story about the biggest surprise I ever had for my birthday. And it was about 10 years ago. Cowboys were playing the Eagles in Philadelphia. I had to go to Philadelphia that same weekend. On a Saturday evening, my niece was getting married. Her fiance's family's from Philadelphia. She's from D.C. So me and my wife fly up there. They're having the wedding reception at the Ritz-Carlton. We weren't staying at the Ritz-Carlton. So after the reception was winding down, I told Pam, I said, hey, Pam, catch us a cab. I'm going to go run to the men's room real quick in the lobby. So I go to the men's room, and I come back out where she is for the cab, and hiding behind this column, like with the doorman standing out there with this big, Jerry Jones pops out. Mr. Chris, happy birthday, Mr. Chris. First of all, he wasn't even staying at the Cowboys Hotel. He and his wife and Stephen Jones and Jerry Jones Jr., my buddy Roosevelt, the bodyguard, they're all staying at the Ritz-Carlton. So he surprised me. I was like, what the hell? And he goes, but your wife put me up to it. And she had told him she's my wife. And then he just said, I'm going to surprise him. And so he hid behind this podium. Well, that following, and by the way, I didn't ever go to the game because I was just there for the wedding.
How startled were you when Jerry Jones popped up behind a column telling you happy birthday?
I was stunned because I did not expect to see Jerry. I wasn't even in Philadelphia for the game. I'm thinking
it's got to be a top 5 experience, right? Jerry Jones jumping behind a column.
Surprise.
Hey,
so the funny thing about it, Cowboys won that game. They beat the Eagles. And then Jerry's up. This is back when I was with G-Bag. And so we're interviewing Jerry every week like we do. So we have Jerry on, and he told the story again.
Your pretty wife grabbed me and said, Chris is going to be coming through here any minute, and we're celebrating his birthday. and I was just stepping out on the curb there in Philadelphia. So it's great to see you, and you were in good spirits. But God, you looked old. And, there's no question that you're. I don't know where you're getting the stress. You don't seem to be stressed on this show, but something's wearing and tearing on you. I might have missed you, Chris, had I not known you were coming through the door. You're an old man.
Man, I appreciate that. That made my night.
Do you remember wearing my butt out about being old?
Yeah, exactly. You got me back real good, too.
I'm trying to get you back real good. You're not, and I am teasing. It's great to see you, and that big, handsome smile, and you being with your family and friends for that. What a great place to celebrate, and you brought us luck.
All right,
brought us luck.
I mean, I'll tell you what. How long ago was that?
That was 10 years ago.
Okay, 10 years ago?
Yeah, about 2015.
Okay, okay. It's interesting hearing Jerry 10 years ago and hearing Jerry now.
Yeah.
A little bit different.
I will say, from everything I heard, Jerry's just a nice guy.
He is.
People have their
really
thoughts about him as a GM and owner, but just Jerry Jones as a human.
He really
He's all, I mean, he really does. Like, and you know what? And I'll say this too, to your point, is even when he's doing those post-game interviews, like he always does weave in nice things to say about people.
Yeah.
Like he really does.
Yep.
So that makes sense. Wearing and tearing on you, Chris. Wearing and tearing on you.
You're getting old. And that's just CA Stories Confidential.
Always another great Confidential in the books. All right, we're down to our final two segments of the show, ladies and gentlemen. I see one half of the pregame show is here. The Eric Chiafalo. Did the other half just show up? No, that's Jet Nelson. That's okay. That's okay.
We got to see what Broadus is going to be wearing.
Broadus is en route.
Who is he wearing?
We got to find out what Chiafalo's wearing. We didn't even mention his headwear either because he is wearing a ball cap. All right, final two segments. Let's get ready for some Cowboys. Cowboys predictions coming up next. Don't go anywhere. Blake, CA, Fred, Khaki in the house. Don't go anywhere.
The more time you give, the more...
say in order to remember something, you have to forget something else. Okay, now that is a very cute haircut. That's like a little shag. I've never seen it before.
Well, I mean, of course you have. The Rachel.
Oh, is that your name?
No, I mean, like, your name.
No, I'm Jen. My name's Jen.
Right, but I just mean, like, this is your haircut.
But that's hair on your head.
I'm not saying this is your hair.
Okay, freaking handsome man.
E1, Dallas, Fort Worth. Let's go, Cowboys.
An Odyssey sports station. Driven by our D&M Leasing Studios. Thanks for turning it on and leaving it on. 105.3 The Fan.
Final 2 seconds of the program.
Were you thinking about doing it?
Like a wounded
Well, I
wolf.
told, CA was in there chopping it up with our boy Chiafalo. So I said, hey, Blake, go ahead and do CA's woo. And then he just bastardized it. So there's only one. There's only one. Let's call it what it is.
Thanks,
so,
Blake.
yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know if I'd thank him after what he just did. Sound like a wounded bird.
You know who does it
just now?
a really good
Bobby
wing?
Belt.
Bobby Belt and Kevin Hagelin.
I haven't heard
Hagee
Kevin.
does a great
I haven't
one, too.
heard Kevin's.
Happy birthday.
Kevin's. Let's see. Shout out to my boy Marshall Beavers, who we met through LA Fitness, and then of course he came out to do the Fan Phenom. Was not one of the final three. However, he did give me some information about a potential dog fosterer, and then his auntie Kim L. We will preserve her anonymity. It's her 42nd birthday today, so shout out to Kim L. Happy birthday! I tell you what. Birthday's out the wazoo right now.
Yes,
My God.
birthday weekend,
Telling
big
you,
birthday
it's
weekend.
birthday time,
Happy
and if
birthday
you're-
yesterday for Jose Grant, former Emmy Award-winning producer over at Channel 8 Sports. His birthday yesterday. We used to always celebrate together on road trips. By the way, real quick. About your dog.
Yeah.
About
you
your
found
daughter's dog.
somebody? You found somebody?
No.
Oh.
Somebody texted in the main thing. How dare your daughter be mad at you if she ain't got time for her dog?
that's
If
welcome to
why would she expect you to suddenly have time if she ain't got time?
welcome to
She's
having
the
a
one that ain't
daughter.
got time.
That's look, you're preaching the choir on this one. So I'm over here trying to find her.
Someone said Jerry's voice sounds different this year. That was 10 years ago, guys.
Yeah,
that was not last year.
Yeah, I pointed that out. I was like, how long ago was that? 10 years, because it definitely did sound different. So, welcome back in. So we're good on shout outs. We've got Chia follows in the mix. We were partially right on the fit. Yeah. We did get the Hokas right. Yeah. We did get the Hokas right. Now, I did say gym shorts. I didn't mention what the fabric was going to be.
Not gonna lie, I get geeked every Sunday. It's football time. It's noon now. We're getting kickoffs happening. We got red zone starting. This is the best time of the week, man.
Yeah. Tell us again what your favorite time of year is.
Fall, man. You get football. You get basketball. Baseball's coming to a climax. Hockey's around the corner. Thanksgiving, autumn solstice, good weather.
Everything's happening.
Halloween, birthdays.
Yeah. Let me get a quick shout out to the college area teams real quick. TCU beat SMU. Texas Tech beat Utah. OU knocked out Auburn. UT beat Sam Houston State. Baylor won. North Texas beat Army. Y'all did good, y'all.
How about it? How about it? Real quick. Is that Broadus?
Here comes Broadus. What's he wearing?
Oh, what's the fit? I'll tell you what.
I thought he was going to be wearing purple.
Look at my man
Some sort of
today.
purple. No purple?
Oh. You can definitely tell he's got a girlfriend now because clearly somebody's dressing him. That is not Broadus dressing himself.
0 for 3
my
we
man
went.
looks like he just left church. Okay. All right. What are we doing this segment, by the way? Okay.
Our predictions.
Let's do our predictions. We saved the best for last. Your Dallas Cowboys. Let's get the most up-to-date. Let's see. BetMGM. Why? Because, I want to say we've got something going on with them. BetMGM odds for week 3. All right, here we go. Odds are as follows. Let's see what the Dallas Cowboys is. Scroll down. And Dallas Cowboys -1. -1. Give me the Cowboys. I mean, that's free money.
Give me the Cowboys, and I think the line is still at 50. It was 50.5.
45. Oh no, wait, wrong one. 50.5 still.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the under.
I'm gonna take the over.
I'm gonna take the under. All right.
It's the weather, isn't it, Fred?
What?
Why you want to take the under?
I think, yeah, absolutely. Because Joey Christopoulos, friend of the program, said yesterday that it was going to be not a quote unquote torrential downpour, but that there would be precipitation throughout the course
Slippery
of
field.
today. So slippery field, something to be said for that.
Watch out, Aubrey.
Who you taking?
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Want me to give you a score?
Of course I do. Hold on. Fred.
He said, of course, just give me a second.
Yeah, hold on. Let me write this down. Fred Blake, CA, Khaki Kev.
2017 Dallas wins.
Okay, so we're all in cahoots on this.
I'm going to go 31-17.
31-17.
Cowboys.
Says Blake. Read your score. What'd you say again, Kevin?
20-17 Dallas.
20-17 Dallas. That's from Khaki Kev.
Washington already about to score. They're in the red zone.
CA.
27-21 Cowboys.
27-21 Cowboys. Okay, that's from the legend. And I am going to go with, I'm going to say 23-20 Dallas as well. So there you go. From your boy, Freddie D. All right, real quick. Let's see here. You said already?
Oh, interception. Matt Stafford throws it right to the Eagles.
What was that, Zach Bond?
On a slant route, trying to throw to Devontae Adams. Throws an interception about a minute into the game.
In case you're wondering, Zach Bond not leading the NFL in tackles.
Wow.
And we had the Rams on this one. Just gives it to them.
We did. Is this the game where the Philadelphia Eagles say we're tired of the slander? I mean, we're literally 2-0 and everybody's talking about how we're not that good.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I could see it. Put some respect on Nick Sirianni's name after today. Is that the?
I can't. I'll give it to Howie, but I ain't never giving it to him.
Who, Nick
Howie
Sirianni?
built the team. Howie built the team.
Cam Ward throws a pick six. Might have been the worst throw of the year. Cam Ward lobs a screen pass. And I do mean lob. Lollipops a screen pass, and the Colts get the easiest pick six he's ever had in his life. Colts get the first points of this NFL Sunday. They're up 7-0.
Told you, Colts. And by the way, back to Sirianni real quick. He's a meathead. I just can't give him that. He just hadn't messed it up.
Yeah, but you got to admit, it's hard to get a team to 2 out of 3 Super Bowls.
That is true.
You know, I mean, look, and he is a meathead, but I also think too, though, I think part of that's an act. I do think that he's a lot more, because look, those boys play for him.
They do. It's a meathead city.
You know, exactly, and he caters to that.
Yes, he does.
And look, if anybody can appreciate one meathead, it's your boy Freddie D. All right, what else we got going on? Like you said, the Commanders looks like is that Debo? Is that Debo about to score?
Yeah.
Is that Debo about to score? Look at that.
They got him by the ankle.
Boy.
Hey, Devonta Smith just caught a pass too.
Did he?
6-yard out.
There you go.
So if you started, here's the interception. Tell me this is not probably the worst throw of the year. This is on a screen pass
to Tony Pollard.
Cam Ward.
He's lobbing it in the air.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That was like a punt.
Oh my God.
You can't be that late on the screen. I get they were trying to do a little diversion to the left. But you cannot float a screen pass.
I mean, floated it.
Throws it right to the easiest interception that guy will have.
That's a bad football team. That's a bad. I mean, and you hope that it doesn't get worse. I mean, and maybe it's going to get worse as the year goes on. But man, that's a rough go of it.
Adam Thielen thought he could turn back the clock. Is not able to get the one-handed catch.
He was reaching out for it. I'll give him that. But you're right. That was you got to throw it now. Like I don't know. I mean, what's he doing? And then to loft it in the air, like there aren't professional athletes on the other side of the ball as well. All right,
4th and 2, tush push. Do we see the tush push here, Freddie D?
Now,
this is our first chance.
2 yards is a bit much for a tush push, though. I wonder.
They're still on the field, 4th and 2. Will the Eagles pull back? We know the tush push has been talked about a lot this week. The officials are watching it with more scrutiny and apparently going to call if players are offsides.
Here they go.
No, they're running a regular play.
Shotgun.
Yeah, 2 yards is too much for the tush push.
I don't know. They've been running it on 4th and 2, 4th and 1. They haven't seemed to care. Jalen Hurts
just ran it anyway.
My goodness.
Walks.
Oh, wow.
I mean, holy
he's still going.
He just walked 15 yards.
Well, so much for the Rams. I didn't realize the team was in Philly. Dear goodness. And Minnesota scores already. Raise your hand.
Ed Oliver. Or not Ed. That's not Ed. Josh Oliver.
Josh Oliver.
Ed Oliver's hurt from defense and being hurt.
and he's a wide receiver for the Minnesota Vikings.
Thursday and Sunday.
Shout out to, I would tell you what, Carson Wentz.
Oh my God, Ramondre Stevenson just coughs up the football. Travion Henderson's
You can
looking
tell
for
we got
that
all
in
the
the
games
backfield.
on.
This is the best time.
And
I'll tell you what, here we go.
Well,
here
I'm
we go,
amazed
here we
that
go.
everybody's scoring in the first 5-10 minutes of the game.
Seriously, there's a lot going on here. All right, let's go to break. Let's do a little crosstalk. We'll coerce them into joining us and compliment them on how good they look. We're talking about the one, the only, Brian Broaddus and Eric Giafalo.
Hi, it's Pete Thompson from the Consumer Team.
pocket costs, then only get paid when you win. Frankel & Frankel, the go-to for car and truck wreck attorneys in Dallas.
Appreciate that, Khaki Kev. It is the final segment of the program. And we got a full house. We got a full house in here, ladies and gentlemen. Fred Davis, Blake Elliott, CA, the three-time, and the best pregame show in all of the National Football League, Brian Broaddus and Eric Giafalo.
Who was that? You never know.
I had no idea. Had no idea who that was. We've got, wait a minute, we got Ruben Portillo in here? Is that what I just saw?
Yeah, it would have been.
Ruben Portillo? So apparently his card still works.
Yeah. About 72 more hours.
So the key card still works. Ruben Portillo's in the house. We got Peyton Russell here. I saw Jet Nelson bebopping around. All right. I see Dylon. I mean, literally everybody, every part-timer on the staff is here at 105 through the Fan.
Got Rangers baseball and football going on at the same
that's
time.
Right, we do, don't we? It's on KRLD 1080, so make sure you guys record it.
Yeah.
Let's DVR that thing.
DVR. If you've still got it. Now there's only 3 of us in here that are old enough to have remembered this, and you two are probably not. Had real jobs by then. So my generation, when we had cassette tapes, you could take the tape and put it on actual like Scotch tape and put it on the ends of the tape, and then record off of the radio, which is something I used to do way back when. That's what we had to do to make our mixtapes once upon a time.
We got a nice text from the 903. I know, right? Love you guys. Y'all make my day being away from him. Thank you for all what y'all do for us on a Sunday.
Oh, gotcha. That's what I'm talking about.
And it's also what they pay us.
If that's not love, then I don't know what is. All right, so here we are, week 3. Cowboys.
Did you 8-track it?
I'm not that old.
Not that old?
I did, Brian.
Yeah, I know Chris did. I didn't look at it.
Yeah. I'm not that old.
There was always one guy that was responsible for the 8-track box.
Okay.
Yeah, so like if you go out with the guys and the gals, there was always one person.
Now, did you have a cassette? Now, did you have a 8-track, or did you have a cassette deck in your tape?
I had 8-track.
8-track in the car too.
In the car too, and then turned around and got the cassette. And then there became the cassettes were a lot easier, as you know, to carry than the 8-tracks.
Oh, 100%.
But it was almost like the president when he has that guy walking around with that thing they call the football.
Yeah,
it's like the launch codes.
Yes,
it's not that.
The nuclear code.
I'm not saying it was
akin to that.
But that's what the 8-track box looked like.
It did. It looked like that. But I'm not saying it's serious like launch codes. But it's serious like launch codes.
No, it is. It is. That's the music. That's the jam.
Yeah, when you're on a trip or something, riding around, you need those 8-tracks.
Now I know our boy Henry had a Cadillac in college. What was your motor
Camaro.
transport? Oh, you had a Camaro. IROC?
No, it was pretty modern though. It was like my very first car was I had a Silverado, like a Blazer, a truck, and then I got a Camaro when I went to college.
T-tops?
Not from LSU. Mom and Dad paid for them.
I was about to say.
No,
a little $100 handshake. Never anybody.
No, never did. But Henry had a really, really nice Cadillac.
Yeah,
really nice Cadillac.
But no T-tops on your Camaro?
No.
All right, fair enough.
Hey, Brian, Eric, y'all want to hear how the show started today?
Love to.
Driven by our D&M Leasing Studios. Thanks for turning it on, leaving it on. 105.3 The Fan.
Welcome in H-Town. Glad to have each and every one of you on board on a Sunday morning.
H-Town.
Oh, my God. Did I just say
Stop staring at your tattoo.
You want to start that from the top?
Run the intro. Run the Oh, my dear.
G-bagger that ain't nominee.
Yeah.
He's in.
Yeah.
He had no idea either. We looked at each other. We're like, we did it on
What is he saying?
Hey, you're getting that Rangers tattoo, Bleep Hole. You are getting that Rangers tattoo.
It's fair.
That's what I told him.
On your freaking forehead.
Yes.
That is awesome.
Look,
unbelievable.
Look,
that is awesome. In a way, that's awesome.
He had no idea.
No.
And me and Blake are like,
and I'm telling you,
it took a second. I was like, maybe he did that on purpose.
Y'all should go look at the fan cam. His reaction when we corrected him was great.
No, and like
how many years of doing it that way though? Before, I mean, how many years did you do that?
I did radio in Houston on and off for a decade, and that was my
saying. That was your tagline.
I've got it tattooed on my arm.
Right.
I mean, H-Town.
You're a sick man.
Man,
that is kind of cool.
That's a hell of an L right there.
So no, we will get the Rangers tattoo. We will get the Rangers tattoo. all right, to make up for it.
We're going to need that.
It's only right. It's only right. So,
Wow.
because look, they're not making the playoffs.
I'm just thinking about how many individuals driving to church on a Sunday morning trying their best to have a good day. Am I in the wrong city?
How many thought they were in Houston?
My GPS right now? I've been driving for a while.
National City Broadcast Network still? My God, what's going on? So, yeah, no, I cop to it. But again, like I said, that was my second. It's just been a rough week, man. I had we had the radar wide FAA fallout on Friday.
You couldn't fly.
Okay.
Were you flying that time?
I was supposed to. Because I missed crosstalk with you guys on Friday because I had to hop a flight at DFW and go see my son play football Friday night and wasn't able to see it. Of course, then he got a high ankle sprain. So it's been. Man,
and your car was dead this morning.
And my truck was dead this morning. I mean, guys,
you had the Nate Newton thing creep up on you on Wednesday.
Look, if the Chiefs don't win tonight, check on him. Now, look, my Jayhawks. The Jayhawks did take care of business last night, beat the brakes off of West Virginia, so I'm okay with that. But look, we need the Cowboys to win this afternoon, and then because you got to beat the Cowboys. I mean, let's be real. You
got to beat the Bears.
You got to be see what I'm talking about. Cowboys need to win. I think it's going to be a sloppy game to tell you a little bit. We keep hearing there's going to be precipitation throughout the course of the game.
Yeah.
I know you guys got 3 hours of pregame. Give me just a little tease. We know it's going to be a heavy Javonte game. Could Hunter Lipke get more carries today?
Oh, I think Hunter Lipke, it's probably going to be either Williams and Sanders is probably what it's going to be. I don't think about the Hunter Lipke part of things.
Really?
I think Hunter Lipke, they're going to try, I believe they're going to try and run the ball on the edges here a little bit. So now you're going to get the Hunter Lipke as kind of a motion kick-out guy.
Are you surprised they haven't done more with him through 2 weeks?
Oh, I tell you what. I mean, as far as throwing him the football.
I just feel like he's just been kind of.
Yeah, what's happened is that Williams is a guy you really don't want to take off the field.
Yeah.
And, there was a time last year where all of a sudden it was Hunter Lipke was one of your better third down receivers. He was one of your better blockers back there. So they got Williams who kind of does all those things.
Lipke only playing 14% of snaps for the Cowboys this year. Miles Sanders at 20%.
Yeah.
Javonte's the man.
No, Javonte has been the man, and of course, obviously, and we talked a little bit about this yesterday with Jadon Blue.
I tell you this, and if you get the running game going, Dak has been damn near perfect on play action.
Yeah,
and that's something. And the Bears are struggling. I was on the Bears pregame show this morning, and they were kind of talking about their linebacking situation and coverage and the secondary. They feel like that this could be a difficult day for them on defense.
For as bad, and Blake brought this up yesterday, we talk about how, this offensive line has gotten better and has been, I think, much better than it was, a year ago at this time. Is this a game where as poor as the Bears' offensive tackles have been, could this be a get-right game for your defensive ends?
Well, that's what you would hope.
Thought the Giants game was going to be something like that.
That's kind of where I'm at right now too.
But that left tackle's awful for the Giants or for the Bears. Who do you think is going to line up over him a lot? A lot of Braxton Jones at that left tackle. Who do you see at that right defensive end for the Cowboys?
I don't think Clowney's playing this game, by the way.
Okay.
So then with that being said, it's going to be can you find something with Ezraku? Can you find something with Fowler? I mean, somebody's got to step up. Last week, the Giants' tackles were awful.
Yeah.
They were awful, and Dallas didn't take advantage of that. So what's your hope going into this one? I think the Bears' offensive line is actually better than what the Giants' offensive line was last week.
Especially that interior.
Yeah. So to me, this is if you don't get pass rush, this quarterback hasn't been particularly accurate throwing the ball, but they get separation in the secondary. These receivers find a way to get open. Don't let him all of a sudden make some throws. Like last week, you kind of thought Russ wasn't going to make any throws.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, he's walking out there throwing 450 yards on you.
Sam Williams leading the team in defensive end snaps by a wide margin.
Oh, yeah.
Should it be that way? No. You think he's at 80 snaps, 61%. The next closest guy is Nealon at 43%.
He was the one guy that really affected the game in overtime.
Mm-hmm.
It was his pressure. Well, it's his pressure that got the pick. The pick. Yeah. So I mean, if you're going to play a guy, hopefully he'll make plays. But they need somebody out of this group to step up and make a play or two.
All right, we've got a the best pregame show in all of the National Football League coming up next with Super Bowl winning scout Brian Broaddus and, of course, the one, the only Mr. Eric Chiafalo. Taking you guys up until, 3:30 when kickoff?
3:30, yeah.
There you have it. All right.
Come hang out with us.
As always.
Bearded Monkey.
Here's the gig, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not in Chicago, you're going to listen to 105 through the Fan. You're going to listen to the best pregame show in the NFL for the next 3 hours. Then you're going to make your way out to Rockwall and hang out with myself and the Phenom himself, Blake Elliott, at the Bearded Monkey. For the aforementioned Blake Elliott and the three-time Mr. Hall of Famer himself, Chris Arnold, I'm Fred Davis. Good night. God bless. Stay tuned. Cowboys pregame coming up next.
This August.